And we are live from Metropolis. That's the site for this regional championship action between the West Frankfort Redbirds and the Vienna Eagles. Welcome you in here in our pregame coverage, brought to you by Walsh Industrial Tools and Supplies. I'm Garrett Smith, joined by Aaron Price on the call today. And, well, Aaron, the table's set. One team's going to be moving to the sectional over in DuQuoin. Uh, Good day for baseball. I know we had chances of rain, but it looks like it's all been pushed back, so
hmm
we're in the clear. But you got to see Frankfurt play and pull out a one for the ages a couple days ago against the top seed Massac County Patriots.
Yeah, that was a really good game. Glad we were able to come down and broadcast that game. The Redbirds really were, both teams really were putting the bat to the ball all throughout the game. It was more of a hitting duel between the two teams in that game. It was a very high scoring game, but yeah, West Frankfort was able to close it out, and now today they face another tough opponent in the Vienna Eagles. Just some of the key players for them. We have Jackson Etheridge. He's been a force on both sides of the ball. He hits .373 with the team high 31 runs and 31 hits this season. He also leads in stolen bases and has a 505 on base percentage. Trace Moore is another one to keep an eye on, along with Hayden Jones and Jacob Walters at the plate. Walters has 23 hits and 20 runs scored this season. But the Vienna Eagles have had a lot of momentum really throughout the season. But the Redbirds, man, they are a team to reckon with late in the season. They've won now what, 7 of their last 6?
7 of 8. So
Yeah, 7 of 8. Yes.
I think that goes hand in hand with the key to the game brought to you by Weeks in West Frankfurt, right on the price, right off 557. Stay hot, right? I mean, 7 of 8,
hmm
7 of your 9 wins have come in this home stretch, and no better time to play great baseball than right now.
Right.
Jace Bennett's going to lead off. Doing the pitching for Vine will be Trace Moore. He'll be thrown into Jacob Waters. First pitch called strike one. We're underway. Right at 11 o'clock. And this game was scheduled to take off. Next pitch. Grounded through the hole on the left side. Base hit for Bennett to lead the game off for the Redbirds. We'll get to their starting lineup brought to you by Sam C. Mitchell. To mention Jace Bennett, he just reached. He'll be out in right field, followed by the second baseman, Kanan Shoup. And the 3 spot will be the shortstop, Chris Samples. Cleanup hitter, Chase Patterson, he'll be pitching. Batting fifth at third base is Eric Duncan. In the 6th slot behind the plate is Will Scales. Then at first it's Ethan Odom. Out in left, batting in the 8th slot is Parker Allen. Rounding out the lineup in center is Cam Joyner. Moore out on the bump. Up and away. You're really seeing the energy really take a notch up here lately with Frankfurt on this hot streak.
hmm
And you get to see it front row the other day.
Yeah, absolutely. And, really the big difference in the game the other day was all around team effort. There's been spots here late in the season where a portion of the lineup gets hot one day and, you know, next day it's different. But really the whole lineup contributed um, the other day, and they're going to have to do the same thing today. So far it's looking so good uh, with uh, with that, especially in the top of the lineup. Jace Bennett and Kanan Shoup have been um, very positive aspect for the Redbirds baseball team here late in the season.
That's been great to pair with Mr. Reliable this season, Chris Samples, because
Yeah.
he's been their most consistent player all year. But you're
hmm
right, top of the order, Bennett and Shoup have tuned it up. Shoup,
There
base
you
hit
go.
down the left field line. It's going to be Bennett going for third base. It's first and third, Redbirds in the top of the first.
Talk about consistency. They've been consistent, and it shows through right there. And just as you said, Garrett, here comes Chris Samples, Mr. Consistent through the season. Let's see what he can do here.
And it wasn't his greatest outing last time out, but he did what he had to do.
hmm
And eating up 7 innings when pitch counts come into play, that was huge for Chris to get through 7 complete innings and get his team into this championship game. Samples will bat with runners at the corners and nobody out in the top of the first. Frankfurt looking to strike first in this regional final. Shoup leads from first. Bennett, the lead runner at third. First pitch in, called strike one. Big lefty on the mound. Comes home and misses up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Just like Massac was, Vienna's another team the Redbirds have not seen all season long. So this is a fresh team for them to face. But they were able to do well with that against Massac. So
The teams you typically play, and Frankfort's not playing them today.
right.
Down the right field line, that's going to be well out of play, and the count's 1-2 on Samples. A team you used to play Massac every year twice. Didn't
Mm-hmm.
play them at all this year, with you used to be in the Ohio. And Vienna's game was rained out.
Mm-hmm.
Some fresh faces for both sides. Samples takes some breaks inside and a delayed steal without a throw. It's second and third, nobody out for Samples in a 2-2 count.
Good chance for the Redbirds to strike first.
You almost feel like it's a necessity at this point.
Yeah.
All this momentum built up, and man, take an early lead and see what you can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
More to the plate. Samples chases high, but he's able to get a piece, and it's fouled back over the screen.
One thing in postseason play you have to do both on the base pads and then especially out in the field, which is what we saw the other day. The only real problems for the Redbirds were a couple of fielding mistakes in the outfield, but you have to stay smart. You can't make any stupid decisions or stupid mistakes because those little mistakes can add up and cost you the game.
Down the left field line, and it's just foul.
Good rip there from Chris Samples.
Samples on a line very similar to Kanan Shoop's base hit just moments ago, but this one hooked foul. Count stays 2-2. Almost identical.
Mm-hmm. And they loved that area against Massac too. They were all hitting.
It's a good spot. Put it
Yeah.
down in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, get some good speed on the base pass, then you can take some extra bases. 2-2 count. The next one into Samples. Swing and a miss. One down, and it's Chase Patterson next. Big first out for Trace Moore and the Eagles. Frankfort's starting pitcher today, Chase Patterson, digs into the box looking to give himself an early lead. First pitch, swing and ripped out to left. That's another base hit. That's going to be one. And Shoop will be held at third on the hard hit ball. RBI single for Chase Patterson.
You love to see it. I mean,
Like you were saying, another base hit out to left field.
yeah, that's the same stuff that I saw against Massac.
And you love seeing that because these are all with right-handed hitters, so they're all timing the ball well. They're all
Mm-hmm.
pulling the ball. It's not like they're late and getting some, kind of excuse me base hits to the opposite field. These are
Right.
hard hit line drives to left, and that bodes for a good recipe for Frankfort's success.
Absolutely.
Next is Eric Duncan, and he takes a strike. Chase Patterson, delayed steal, takes second base. It's 1-0 Frankfort in the top of the first with one away.
One thing I've also noticed here late in the season, especially in the postseason games so far, the batters aren't as antsy to take the first pitch. I think a lot in the season is that's going to be fouled away. I think a lot of times in the regular season we saw, batters come up and they're just anxious to swing for the fences, but they're kind of keeping their composure, taking more time here in the postseason, and it's worked out for them so far.
Big moment for Eric Duncan. He's behind in the count 0-2. But anything on the right side is going to play to run. And Duncan chases up high, strike three. He passes the baton to Will Scales with 2 outs. Two in scoring position. Base hit to the outfield. Might see Chase Patterson send with 2 outs. Trace Moore comes to the plate.
Good pitch there from Moore, and already, despite the run, two big strikeouts for him in the first inning.
Man, he got that outer black, so that's
Mm-hmm.
somewhere to live on these right-handed hitters. Swing and a miss from Scales, 0-2 quickly on him. 0-2. Moore to the plate. Up high. Ball one.
Be huge if Vienna could hold them here. You know, one run doesn't hurt near as bad as
Two or three.
two or three. Yeah.
Yeah, you hate a big crooked number before you even get to bat yourself. So
Hmm. And there you go. Strikeout. Three strikeouts for Trace Moore, and we're headed to the bottom of the first.
The everyday people who make Southern Illinois so special. The ones who make sacrifices every day for their families and their community. These are the people who make us proud of what we do. You see, when a person from our community gets injured in an accident, there is someone at an insurance company far away from here whose job it is to minimize your injury, to make their corporation money. For them, you're just a claim number. For us, well, I guess you could say it's personal. We are fighting for the people of Southern Illinois each and every day to restore what was lost. We are Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, and for us, it's personal.
we get a first look at the Vienna Eagles and their starting lineup. Leading off will be the shortstop Jackson Etheridge, followed by their catcher Jacob Waters. The three spot, Trace Moore, who just rung up three Redbirds in the top of the first. Batting fourth and center is Hayden Jones, followed by Braden Hurst at third base. In the sixth spot at second is Grady Waters. In the bottom tier of the lineup, first is Will Borders. In right, it's Landon Stafford. And then in left, Sean Crabb. Frankfort's going to have Chase Patterson uh, on the bump today, and he's got an early 1-0 lead.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit more about Chase. I mean, we haven't seen him all too often this season. He's thrown a little bit, but he's one of the main guys for West Frankfort. Um, one of the main pitchers, I should say, for West Frankfort, and I think this is a very good spot to put him in. I mean, when I'm seeing him in the past, he tends to do well under pressure. I would say, just my personal opinion. I think he does a little better under pressure. And regional final, certainly a lot of pressure in a game like this. So we'll see how he fares on the mound today. But and going back to the top of the first, it's not very often when you see a team get as many hits as they did, yet you still see three strikeouts. So pitching so far, good for Vienna in getting three strikeouts as well in the top of the first.
Yeah, it got a little bit of help, it seemed like, on that outer portion. But if that's
Hmm.
going to be called today, that's going to be called. So
Right.
if you're Frankfort, try to live there too and get those calls as well and make it difficult on the Vienna batters. Jackson Etheridge will lead off. Vienna starting shortstop. He'll bat on the left side.
Curious to see how many lefties we have in this lineup today. I think there was only one or two in Mass Axe.
And Chase Patterson will throw to Will Scales. First pitch, down and in, ball one. 1-0 the count. To Jackson Etheridge. Patterson's next.
Mm.
2-0.
Good spot for Patterson.
Showing bunt and a called strike one to Etheridge. Patterson living inside on them first three pitches to the Eagle shortstop.
Duncan playing a little inside now.
And this one's popped up. This one's going to stay in play. It's out towards right field. And it's put away by the Redbird right fielder. That's Jace Bennett, who's the super utility man, one would say, for Frankfort. It seems like you can plug him anywhere,
Yeah,
and
and
he'll give you a shot defensively no matter where he's at.
in right field's a good spot for him today because obviously with Patterson pitching, Patterson normally plays right. So good to see that whole field today by someone who can pretty much play consistently anywhere on the field.
Play him in the infield or the outfield, and he puts away out number one. Here's Jacob Waters. Find a backstop. Swing and a miss. 0-1. I think the big key with Chase Patterson is settling in. It seems like early in his outings is when he struggles the most.
Yeah.
Finding that location. And good to see the first batter retired. Up high, ball one.
I couldn't agree with that statement more. I mean, he does usually take a while to settle in, but if you settle in earlier, that's obviously a good thing, especially this late in the season.
Ball outside, 2-1. There's been a few out there that Frankfort has wanted that they've not gotten. Outside, 3 balls and a strike. Trace Moore is next. Strike 2. Waters was taken all the way. Full count.
Big spot for Waters here. Vienna definitely wants any base runners they can get. There you
Swing and a
go.
miss. Waters chased out of the zone. It's funny. You see that fastball eye level and the eyes light up, and that's what happened to Waters, and he chased it.
Yep. Good spot from Chase Patterson there. And that'll be number 21, Trace Moore, again, the starting pitcher.
Who looked good. It's just Frankfurt squared him up a couple of early base hits.
Yep.
Breaking ball stays high to the left-handed hitter. So 2 of the first 3 do bat on that left side, Aaron, like you were bringing up.
Yeah.
Wondering about Vienna's starting 9 and how many lefties they got in there. Swinging a ground at a first.
Oh, man, that gets past Ethan Odom, so that'll be a
E3
error on Odom, and Vienna has their first hit of the game.
That's when you just want to get your body behind. You're at first base. You don't have to field it cleanly. You got so much time and only little distance to cover. So use your body. You knock it down with your chest like you're taught, and you make the play. But just get this guy now. You got a guy that's coming up with 2 outs, so still no reason to trust or not to trust your defense and let him make a play behind you.
I mentioned this in the Massac game as well. If you're a pitcher in situations like this, you cannot think about the base runners, especially this late in the season. That just adds more pressure to you. So if there's men on base, so be it. Just stay dialed in on your batter.
Center fielder Hayden Jones roped out to left. First and second, Vienna. Braden Hurst is next. Things getting interesting in the bottom of the first. An error and a base hit.
It's a good quality hit for Hayden Jones. Just got past Chris Samples to the left.
You take the easy one now on the infield. First pitch, strike 1. That floats in off speed. Oh and 1 the count. With 2 away. Next pitch, strike 2. Patterson reared back for that one.
Yep.
Great little pitch. Extra velo on that.
Yeah.
Looking to bear down. You got the hitter where you want him 0-2. You don't have to give him a pitch to hit. See if he'll chase out of the zone here.
And that's an advantage Patterson has against some of the other pitchers is he's one of those that has the highest, can throw the highest velocity in the Redbirds lineup, as that'll be ball 1.
That's a great pitch, though. Great pitch, 0-2. I mean, don't put it where the guy can hit it. See if he goes out there and bites. He almost did. It looked like Hurst wanted to go after it, but laid off last second.
Yep.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 on for Vienna in the bottom of the first. It's 1-0 West Frankfort at the moment. Patterson checks the runner and comes home. Swing and popped up, and this will get out of play.
Hurst making some contact there, but
Just enough to stay in there.
you know, so it remains a 1-2 count. Runners still on first and second for the Eagles.
Patterson's next. Swing and looped out to short.
That's
and it's
caught.
Caught by the shortstop, Chris Samples. To reach, but none crossed the plate. It's 1-0 Frankfort through 1 inning of play on Redbirds Live.
Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies knows Southern Illinois. Located in West Frankfort, they're your Milwaukee superstore with over 8,000 square feet. Wallace Industrial Tools has the largest selection of Milwaukee within a 2-hour radius. Find power tools such as drills, saws, lights, shop vacs, and more with pricing lower than you'll find anywhere else. That's Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies in West Frankfort.
Looking for a dealership where you're treated like family? Come to Week Chevrolet GMC, where from sales to service, they put you first. Their friendly staff will help you find the perfect vehicle that fits your needs and your budget. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, they've got it all. Visit them online at gregweeks.com or call 618-937-2000. Week Chevrolet GMC, right on the price, right off I-57.
Kids Corral is a licensed child care center and preschool serving children from 6 weeks to 12 years old in West Frankfort and beyond. Owned by FCHS 1989 alumni Gina King and 1992 alumni Kristen Cass, Kids Corral is located at 218 South Horn Street in West Frankfort. Call them today at 618-937-4700 for more information. Kids Corral, proudly taking care of the next generation of Redbirds since 1998.
Seven, 8, and 9 for Frankfort. That's Ethan Odom, Parker Allen, and Cam Joyner. Due up in the top of the second, and through 1 inning of play, Frankfort ahead 1-0.
Yeah, they got out of a jam last inning in the bottom of the first, but Trace Moore had 3 strikeouts in the first inning and still allowed a run. He'd love to get some more strikeouts in this inning without allowing any base runners. We'll see what he can do.
Aaron, I'll make Trace Moore a nice little, I'll make him a proposition here. If he wants to give us a run and we give him 3 strikeouts every inning, I'm fine with it.
That works for me too.
Ethan Odom, first for Frankfort. That's down and away.
Both pitchers liking that spot today.
Yeah, and a lot of times you see that called in IHSA, the outside pitch to righties. Swing and a miss from Odom, 1-1 the count to the Redbird first baseman. Winner heads to DuQuoin to play Wednesday in the sectional semifinal.
That'll be up high on Odom, 2-1.
I believe the winner would get either Ziegler-Royalton or Pinckneyville. They're in action today. Called strike, 2 balls, 2 strikes. But they got to worry about the task at hand first.
2-2 count. Odom's got to protect here. Here's the delivery.
Moore, outside, full count. We've learned, though, home plate umpire, you probably want to protect here. You're probably going to give benefit of the doubt to the pitcher on anything close with 2 strikes, as most umpires do. Down low, ball 4. Can't call that one.
First walk of the day issued by Moore. And now it'll be number 7. That's Parker Allen to the plate.
Pretty good at bat for Ethan Odom. I know he didn't square anything up or foul anything off, but good plate discipline to lay off some tough pitches.
Yeah.
It's easy to get swing happy too whenever you got a full count. So good to lay off that pitch inside and down.
Odom gets a lead from first.
To the plate, strike 1 call. Fastball down the center. Comes home. Up and away.
Good eye to lay off that pitch from Allen.
Moore looking at Odom. Comes home. Down and in. 2 balls and a strike.
Redbirds rocking their new red jerseys this year, red away jerseys. Got that.
They got the white pinstripes at home that are
Yeah.
brand new. They look great.
That fancy F.
The old timey F that they
Yeah,
got.
we have on our screen too. For those that don't know what it looks like, it's that little.
It's just a baseball thing, right? You see all
Yeah.
the old time. Makes me always think of the Detroit Tigers with
Yeah.
their old insignia that they have. So
Very similar. Yep.
pretty neat.
3-1 on Parker Allen.
Ball 4. Back-to-back walks. And it gets interesting now with the speedster coming up, Cam Joyner.
After 3 strikeouts in the first, 2 walks issued for Moore here in the second, and they're going to take a timeout.
Yeah. Coach David Hill's going to come out and try to calm his man down, and as he should, because in the first he had no issues. And it's funny, sometimes you just take a quick seat. You come back out and you feel different, or your release point's different, and it doesn't take much to throw stuff off. That's why it's such a hard thing to do, go out there and throw. But you still got an opportunity if you're Trace Moore, because uh, you do got this guy here coming up. You don't know what Cam Joyner is going to do. He might try to go lay a bunt down and move some runners. But this is definitely a batter you want to throw strikes against, because Cam's very patient hitter at the plate.
Absolutely. One of, if not the most patient in the lineup. And
you definitely want to take a strike here.
In a spot like today with the pitches we've seen, being patient is a very good thing. So see what happens here.
Yeah, bunt's definitely in play here with 2 on and none out. In the top of the order looming. Joyner showing bunt. Pulls back. Strike 1. Some good speed on the bases in Ethan Odom and Parker Allen. That's Frankfort's ultimate speedster at the plate. And a good placed bunt could doom trouble for Vienna. 0-1 the count. Joyner shows bunt. Fouls it back, and now he's 0-2.
Tough break there for Joyner.
Yeah, tough to ask him to lay a bunt down now. You foul another one off.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a strikeout.
0-2 on Joyner with Odom at second, Allen at first.
It wouldn't even have to have been perfect. You just wanted something in fair territory. Strike 3, down. Joyner thought it was bottom of the zone. And it's back to Jace Bennett with 1 out and 2 on.
See if Jace Bennett can do the same thing he did in the first inning. And
hit it through the 5-6 hole over there.
Yep. Living in that spot today is not a bad thing.
Bennett swings, hits one out to right, and that's going to drop in past the right fielder and head to the wall. Odom's going to be coming home. Runner into third, Bennett to second. They're going to send another runner, and it's a 2-run triple for Jace Bennett. It's 3-0 West Frankfort.
What a job for Jace Bennett. It wasn't to the left, but we'll take it to the right. Man. Great job barreling up the ball there to the right field, and now it's a 3-0 ball game with just 1 out, and still a runner at third for Kanan Shoup.
And with being Bennett batting from that side, runner was so far off the line, or the fielder was so far off the line, and had a long way to go track that down. It's 3-0 Frankfort, and you've got another runner at third. Kanan Shoup's job is to get that man in.
Anything to the outfield should do it.
1-0 the count. It's 3-0 Frankfort in the top of the second. Outside, 2-0.
Good take there from Shoup, who's also been a very powerful hitter here late in the season, especially. He's been consistent really throughout the whole season.
Really picked it up at the end.
Absolutely.
No question about it.
He's also been a valuable asset at shortstop this year for the Redbirds too. 2-1 count.
Still good hitters count. Find your
Yeah.
pitch here. Anything to the outfield's going to score a run.
It's
This one's
foul.
popped up. It's going to be room over at
Yep.
third base. Put away by Hurst.
Unfortunate there, but
It's out in front of it.
yeah.
But Chris Samples has an opportunity. He wants to make up for striking out in the first with a couple of guys on. He's got a runner just 90 feet away from making it 4-0.
You got 2 outs here, so obviously a fly out is not going to work. But any hit would be nice here as Samples takes strike 1. Especially something to the right.
Swing and a miss.
Bennett has a
0-2 on Samples.
Bennett has a large lead at third base.
Yeah, little stutter step, delayed secondary lead, and just trying to get some, with 2 outs, you try some things like that to see if your opposition's going to make some mistakes.
Yeah.
Down, ball 1. And
That was a
Moore and Waters definitely thought they had strike 3.
That was a dangerous pitch.
I think they get that same spot. They're probably getting the call next
Yeah.
time. So Samples has to protect. 1-2. Roped out to left. This is going to hook foul.
I like the power there from that swing. Just got to straighten it out a little bit.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Man, you like being up 3-0. Still a lot of baseball left, but you love the start from Frankfort.
Oh, yeah.
You know you like more than 3-0 would be 4-0. You get the runner in from third. The next. Swing and a base hit to center field.
That'll do
It's
it.
4-0 on the RBI single for Chris Samples.
Simple as that. Like I said, anything in the outfield that gets down, and that plays another run. So Frankfort looking very good here early in this game. 4-0. But if you're Vienna, you cannot let up. As we saw in the game that they played last against Anna Jonesboro, they were down 3-0 the entire game and got 4 runs in the last inning. So you got to.
You just love it because you got to work on some of these pitchers, and it's a time in the season where pitching is the premium. It's you live and die by the pitching, and if you can make Trace Moore work, who is a heck of a pitcher, really good pitcher, and he's just got hit for a couple of key hits for Frankfort, but so we got a 0-1 count and a stolen base for Samples, but try to get into this Vienna bullpen. Let's see what they got past Trace Moore, because you never know after your top line guy, and it's always tough to pitch out of relief, and that's why you just got to keep piling on. I keep wanting to call him Logan Moore. I think he's another good baseball player from Johnson City. I have to keep looking down and remind myself that it's Trace Moore, but and Southern Illinois has got a couple of good players in the last name Moore.
Yeah. Time called. So yeah, Samples has a successful stolen base, and once again, Frankfort in a spot where a
base hit can score a run.
Yeah, double could play to run.
Decent speed, so you might just need a ball on the grass.
It's going to be fouled away. Yeah, Samples does have decent speed, as will now be 0-2 on Patterson.
Another good crowd here. Vienna, short trip. They brought the haul, and credit to Frankfort getting up on this Saturday.
Oh yeah,
and making the hour drive south. This gets to the backstop, and now anything where Patterson reaches is probably going to allow Samples to score, barring a walk here.
Simple as that. A stolen base and a pass ball, and Samples in the same spot to potentially play to run.
Trace Moore needs a big out here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Patterson, ground ball to short. Fields, Etheridge fires for the out. We head to the bottom of the second. Frankfort plays 3 more. They have a 4-0 lead in the regional championship on Redbirds Live.
IBI Management manages over 2.5 million square feet of industrial storage warehousing and office space in Illinois, Indiana, Tennessee, Ohio, and South Carolina with 64 tenants. Feel free to contact them for any management needed for your property. Reach out with any questions to Bobby or Iris Kazadi at 618-218-5995 or 618-218-2456. For any of your commercial management, IBI Management is here for you. Ask Melissa Walden about Shelter's auto, home, and life options. Call or text at 618-937-2092. Plus, use the My Shelter app to pay your bill, file a claim, proof of insurance, policy documents, go paperless, and more. Melissa Walden, Shelter Insurance in West Frankfort.
Hi, this is West Frankfort Mayor Tim Arview, and inviting you to visit and experience our small community nestled in the heart of Southern Illinois. Located just off I-57, West Frankfort offers some of the most unique dining and shopping options in the region, along with a rich history of coal mining and more. Come visit our 2 museums, the Frankfort Community Park, or come downtown for a taste of what we have to offer. The City of West Frankfort, a proud sponsor of Redbird Athletics.
Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies knows Southern Illinois. Located in West Frankfort, they're your Milwaukee superstore with over 8,000 square feet. Wallace Industrial Tools has the largest selection of Milwaukee within a 2-hour radius. Find power tools such as drills, saws, lights, shop vacs, and more with pricing lower than you'll find anywhere else. That's Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies in West Frankfort.
6, 7, and 8 for Vienna. That's Grady Waters, Will Borders, and Landon Stafford. Frankfort with a 4-0 lead through an inning and a half. Here's Waters. Chase Patterson back to work.
It'll be out of play. Quick 0-1 count on the foul ball.
Yeah, you love it. Go right after him. With the lead, you're always taught to go after hitters. You don't want to allow any free passes.
Yeah.
Ball up, 1-1.
One delivery from Patterson. Swung on, and that is going to be a base hit.
Looped into center field by Waters. Next is Will Borders.
That hit just got over the head of Shoop at second, and
Yep, no man's land. Nothing you
Yep.
can do about that. Induced some weak contact and just unfortunate. Swing and slapped out to left. That's going to be a foul ball.
good contact there from Landon Stafford.
Patterson's 0-1 inside. One ball and one strike to Borders. Swing and tipped into the glove, 1-2.
Pitcher's count for Chase Patterson.
Yeah, you'd like something right at your middle infield. Maybe turn 2,
Yeah,
but you'd take a strikeout.
either would be nice. That's
Strike
called.
3, sits down Borders.
Called strike 3, and there's another strikeout for Patterson.
Safe to say that pitch was on the border.
Yeah. Now we have Landon Stafford to the plate following strikeout of Borders. still one man on, one out for the Eagles. Here's Patterson's delivery. That's up high, called ball one.
Some activity for Vienna. They've already got an Eagle getting loose in their pen. Up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Waters leads at first base. That's the second baseman, Grady Waters. Borders was rung up into the 2-0 count to Stafford. Swing and right at Duncan. They got a chance to double him up at first, and they do. 5-3 double play. We head to the third. 4-0 Redbirds on Redbirds Live.
Looking for a dealership where you're treated like family? Come to Week Chevrolet GMC, where from sales to service, they put you first. Their friendly staff will help you find the perfect vehicle that fits your needs and your budget. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, they've got it all. Visit them online at gregweeks.com or call 618-937-2000. Week Chevrolet GMC, right on the price, right off I-57.
The everyday people who make Southern Illinois so special. The ones who make sacrifices every day for their families and their community. These are the people who make us proud of what we do. You see, when a person from our community gets injured in an accident, there is someone at an insurance company far away from here whose job it is to minimize your injury, to make their corporation money. For them, you're just a claim number. For us, well, I guess you could say it's personal. We are fighting for the people of Southern Illinois each and every day to restore what was lost. We are Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, and for us, it's personal.
Top of 3 is here. It'll be Eric Duncan, then Will Scales and Ethan Odom. 5, 6, and 7 in the Redbird lineup. Redbirds off to a great start. Duncan just the beginning of that 5-3 double play to end the second. Duncan takes outside ball 1. Got to keep applying the pressure. We were just talking about it during the break. Expect the Eagles to get going at some point. They're a good offensive team.
Mm-hmm.
They've hit some balls hard. That last one was smoked, but it was right at Duncan.
Oh, yeah. One thing these players don't have to worry about today that they did during Massac is the sun. Nice weather, but no sun to worry about today.
Yeah, a lot of cloud coverage before I think we get some overnight storms.
Mm-hmm. Very nice weather, though, so far for this Massac Regional.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Great day yesterday. I know it was an off day, but there was a game down here. It was Vienna and AJ, so they played with great atmosphere.
And it was perfect for the Massac game as well. Here's a 3-0 pitch.
Ball 4. Eric Duncan's going to have a free pass on 4 pitches. Get our Kids Corral live scoreboard update. Winner of this one takes on Pinckneyville and Ziegler, one or the other, and it's a 4-0 second inning lead for the Pinckneyville Panthers.
And it looks like the Vienna Eagles are going to...
They're going to try to make a move quick, and you have to do that in this winner go home. You can't wait and dwell on it later in the game. So I like the move by Coach Hill. He's been around. He's got a lot of victories in his time, so I'm not going to question his judgment. He's a heck of a coach, and he's going to go to their center fielder, and that's Hayden Jones. We'll take a quick break. We'll let him get warmed up, and we'll come back. It's 4-0 in the top of the third. Frankfort on top in this regional final on Redbirds Live.
Kids Corral is a licensed child care center and preschool serving children from 6 weeks to 12 years old in West Frankfort and beyond. Owned by FCHS 1989 alumni Gina King and 1992 alumni Kristen Cass, Kids Corral is located at 218 South Horn Street in West Frankfort. Call them today at 618-937-4700 for more information. Kids Corral, proudly taking care of the next generation of Redbirds since 1998. IBI Management manages over 2.5 million square feet of industrial storage warehousing and office space in Illinois, Indiana, Tennessee, Ohio, and South Carolina with 64 tenants. Feel free to contact them for any management needed for your property. Reach out with any questions to Bobby or Iris Kazadi at 618-218-5995 or 618-218-2456. For any of your commercial management, IBI Management is here for you. Ask Melissa Walden about Shelter's auto, home, and life options. Call or text at 618-937-2092. Plus, use the My Shelter app to pay your bill, file a claim, proof of insurance, policy documents, go paperless, and more. Melissa Walden, Shelter Insurance in West Frankfort.
Hi, this is West Frankfort Mayor Tim Arview, inviting you to visit and experience our small community nestled in the heart of Southern Illinois. Located just off I-57, West Frankfort offers some of the most unique dining and shopping options in the region, along with a rich history of coal mining and more. Come visit our 2 museums, the Frankfort Community Park, or come downtown for a taste of what we have to offer. The City of West Frankfort, a proud sponsor of Redbird Athletics.
People's National Bank pitching change in from center field. The new pitcher who delivers strike 1. That's Hayden Jones.
Duncan on first for the Redbirds here as Will Scales gets his chance at the plate here in the third. The 0-1 delivery outside, 1-1.
Jones going to try to get a feel for it. He just comes in from center. In relief of Trace Moore, who had some good velo in the first, just struggled a little bit with command here in the second and third. Down in the dirt on the off speed. Scales spits on that one. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Good block there from Jacob Waters behind the plate.
Yeah, would have easily been a free 90 feet.
Yep.
If that scoots away any further. Even without the fleetest of foot at first base.
Yeah.
Mr. Duncan, even he'd admit that. They'll move over looking at him. He's back in safely.
Two 1 count on Will Scales.
And obviously you want to win this game. And it's still a long way to go, but man, it's just good to see Frankfort baseball playing some, it's been fun to watch in this home stretch.
Yeah.
Hoping they can keep it going. And Will Scales is going to try to contribute to that. Base hit to left field for Scales. Duncan moves up 90 feet. The first 2 are on in the bottom or the top of the third.
And they keep it going just as you were uttering the words. Another base hit out to left for Will Scales, another guy that has been hot here late, especially in postseason play. And, the records, when it comes down to it, really don't matter. All that matters in postseason play is who's hot at the right time. And right now, that's the West Frankfort Redbirds.
Yeah, and it was an ugly quarterfinal win. And Coach Smith, whenever we talked after the game, even said, we can't play like that against Massac. And they didn't. And it's been a hot start in this one as well, showing Bun Odom offered at that ball in the dirt. Back pick on the runner. And Duncan's out at second base.
He was going for third.
He got too far off the bag. He was waiting for the bunt to get down.
So now another advantage here for Vienna as the double play ball is back in play as well.
Well, it was, but I mean now you don't have a lead runner at
Right,
second base.
yeah.
They'll check on Woods. He's back in safely. Who's running for Scales. So now you got 1 out and a runner at first. That's been a few of the hiccups for Frankfort this year, getting guys thrown out on the base pass. Duncan just leaning a little bit too far off second after Odom wasn't able to get that bunt down.
Here's the 0-1 delivery from Jones.
Foul back to the screen, 0-2. But I like their chances if they keep swinging the bats like they have been. A lot of hard hit line drives.
I mean, if you had, you play a baseball game, there's always bound to be a couple mistakes in there at this level of baseball, but
You don't want to make mistakes, but much rather make them when you're up 4-0 than down
right.
4-0.
Yeah.
And you just saw one in the bottom of the second. That lead runner Waters got off first base on that line out,
Right.
and he gets doubled off. So you're going to have that both sides.
Yeah.
0-2. Up and in. Backs Odom off the plate. The delivery from Jones. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. Woods leads at first base, running for Scales, who reached on a base hit.
Here's the pitch. Outside. Now 2-2 count on Ethan Odom.
That was a layoff from the get-go from Odom. That's
Yeah.
what they call a non-competitive pitch, as Chris Carpenter used to always say, and that was one that was a ball once it was released from the hands,
Right.
not even a threat to
Yeah.
Odom. They'll check on Woods. He dives into the back of the bag safely.
2-2 on Ethan Odom as Woods gets another lead from first. 1 out here in the third. Another ball up high, and it'll be a full count on Ethan Odom.
It's another non-competitive pitch.
Another one, yeah. You can just lay off and
Those aren't
no
even
worries.
those aren't tough takes. Those
No.
are easy takes, but anything close now, you got to be ready to go. Odom had a really good walk worked in the second inning. Let's see if he can find a way on here. The next from Waters, ball 4. 2 walks for Odom.
Yep. Odom not having to do much today so far, but just look at the ball and get a free base. Any way to reach is a positive thing, though.
Yeah, it counts as a single there. It doesn't matter how you get on.
Right.
It's kind of that money ball approach, and most teams have adapted to that. It's like we don't care how you get on, just get on base.
And man, you'd love to have bases loaded here, but there's still only 1 out, so still a threat or a way for West Frankfort to get some runs here, as that's going to be fouled back out of play. A 1 count for Parker Allen, who's would love to get a hit and advance these 2 runners to second and third.
Yeah, some good speed on the pass again.
Yeah.
With Woods, the lead runner, and then Odom, the trail guy. On 1 the count, laying off all the way.
Another one of those pitches.
Yeah, it's tough to get ahead of counts as a pitcher whenever you're missing by that much because they're easy takes for hitters. You didn't really see that with Trace Moore. He was all around the zone, and his misses were razor thin.
Right.
Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Cam Joyner would be next. Number 9 hitter in Frankfort's lineup.
1-2 count on Parker Allen. And Jones looks back at Hendricks Woods at second. Nobody there.
Just keeping him honest. You like that from a pitcher. He's going to keep the runners honest and in check on the bases. Swinging a ground ball over to short.
Could be a
Fielded
double
there for
play.
1 on to first. Safe. Runners at the corners for Cam Joyner. They get the force at second. That puts out Odom. Woods to third. And Joyner with an opportunity to tack on a run.
Yeah, nearly pulled off the double play there. Just
It was going to be tough. Decent
yeah,
speed at the plate. And
right.
not the hardest hit ball. And when it's hit to short, your second baseman's kind of going against his body, as opposed to if it was hit to second, shortstop's coming that way towards first. A lot easier to turn it 4-6-3 rather than 6-4-3, but still was going to be a tough play regardless.
So here comes Cam Joyner once again to the plate.
How about one of them little drops over the third baseman's head here?
That would be perfect.
Jones to the plate, outside, ball one. Parker Allen over at first. It's the trail runner with 2 outs. And Hendricks Woods leads from third base. Redbirds looking for a base hit to get the lead out to 5-0. Joyner. Instead, a check on the runners from Jones.
Call a quick timeout. Hendricks Woods gets his lead from third. Allen from first. And he got too much of a lead from first for Parker Allen as he's picked off.
2 base runners thrown out in the inning. We head to the bottom of the third. We'll look back on that one potentially at the end of this one. Might be a big mistake for Frankfort. 4-0 going to the bottom of the third on Redbirds Live.
People's National Bank has been serving the communities of Southern Illinois for over a century. We believe that great customer service, along with a wide variety of products, will meet all of your banking needs. We offer commercial lending, treasury management, personal loans, free checking, and more. Come in and check us out today. People's National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Hi, this is West Frankfort Mayor Tim Arview, inviting you to visit and experience our small community nestled in the heart of Southern Illinois. Located just off I-57, West Frankfort offers some of the most unique dining and shopping options in the region, along with a rich history of coal mining and more. Come visit our 2 museums, the Frankfort Community Park, or come downtown for a taste of what we have to offer. The City of West Frankfort, a proud sponsor of Redbird Athletics.
Ask Melissa Walden about Shelter's auto, home, and life options. Call or text at 618-937-2092. Plus, use the My Shelter app to pay your bill, file a claim, proof of insurance, policy documents, go paperless, and more. Melissa Walden, Shelter Insurance in West Frankfort.
9-1-2 for Vienna. That's Sean Crabb. And then back to the top in Jackson Etheridge and Jacob Waters. Patterson back to work in the bottom of the third. Frankfort with a 4-0 lead.
Still a comfortable lead that could have been a little bit more had there not been 2 base running mistakes in the top of the third. But Patterson has been great at the mound so far for the Birds, so let's hope that continues as here's his 1-0 delivery, which is fouled off, 1-1.
Way behind that pitch. Basically swung when it was in the glove. So try to bring some heat on this guy. Make him show that he can time it up. 1 ball, 1 strike to Sean Crabb, the Vienna left fielder. Swinging way late again, 1-2.
Almost got the news vehicle over there. Did it? Oh, it got the news vehicle, I'm informed. Oh, here's another one.
It hit the old WFCN newsmobile. That's what you get for parking up here,
Hey,
Aaron.
I mean, yeah, sometimes you pay for the
That's
less
all right.
steps.
That's all right.
But that almost happened against Massac, too, so I'll know for next time.
Count still 1-2. Line to
Oh,
Duncan, and it's over his head. Base hit for Crabb.
Duncan, he was a foot taller, would have gotten that one, but yeah, just lined over his head. So it'll be the top of the order now for the Eagles and a very hot hitter in Jackson Etheridge.
Yeah, it could be interesting now. Etheridge bats with nobody out and 1 on. Crabb leads at first. They'll check on him. More activity in Vienna's pen. Showing bunt. He offered, strike one.
Etheridge, Vienna's hottest hitter, would really like to get going. And now would be a good time for that for him. Vienna looking for a little bit of fire here as they're down 4 runs as Patterson checks his runner again. That's Sean Crabb at first base.
Yeah, Duncan's playing way in because Etheridge is showing bunt, but he easily has the capability of pulling that back and slapping it that way, and that's going to be a quick reaction needed in order to make a play. Up over the head of Etheridge. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Both teams' fan base showing out here this Saturday morning.
Patterson's next, and it's grounded right back to him. He fields, just takes the out at first. Had a play at second, instead took the sure out at first base. Lead runner moves to second.
That's a wise decision, I think. I mean,
If you're not sure, you got to just get the easy way.
Yeah, and that happened a couple times in the Massac game as well, where he could have went behind him and won it one time. Ethan Odom did, but and it worked out for him. But yeah, that's always a risky play, whether you're going for the pickoff or just throwing back to second. If you're the pitcher, you got to make a full 180-degree turn.
Had to make sure you got one, so
Yeah.
Patterson did that. Now it's Jacob Waters. He shows bunts, pops it up, Scales over, and he can't get it laying out. What an effort from Scales. You'd love to see that.
Smile on his face after that one. Yeah, that was some good effort there.
Oh, and as a pitcher, you love that. You love to see your
Yeah.
defense working for you, especially your catcher laying out. So good effort there.
Up some grass stains after that, but won't hurt. 0-1 count remains.
Hey, that's what they got washing machines for.
That's right.
0-1 the count. Waters showed bunt, not this time. Ball and a strike with 1 away in the bottom of the third. Frankfort leading 4-0 in this regional championship down in Metropolis. Patterson checks the runner at second and comes to the plate, showing bunt. That's fouled back. A break for Frankfort. Waters could not get the bat out of the way in time. That's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That just barely got the bat.
Got his body out of the way, but he could not pull the bat back.
Yeah. So 1-2 count now with a runner at second base and 1 out for the Eagles. Here is the 1-2 delivery from Patterson. That's up high near the zone, but it's just a little too tall. 2-2 count now.
Good spot, though. I mean,
Yep.
it looked pretty good, but yeah, just a touch high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Waters. Trace Moore waiting on deck, another plus hitter. Patterson's next. Swing and a miss. Sits down Waters for out number 2.
Another strikeout for Patterson.
That's a big one against one of Vienna's better hitters.
Absolutely. And now coming up will be the
this part of the lineup where they're all good.
Starting pitcher, Trace Moore.
And he'd love to avenge what he gave up, giving up a 4 spot. And he'd love to be able to get a run or 2 back here. Patterson checking the runner, the lead man at second base, to the plate, strike 1.
Really good pitch there from Chase Patterson. That's a spot you want to live. A 1 count with 2 down for Vienna.
Now Moore's ready to go. He wanted to see one. He's be ready to swing now. Takes low in the dirt.
Here's the delivery from Patterson. That's swung on and missed.
Beautiful breaking ball. Way out in front was Moore. Got to sit back on that, but we'll see if Patterson goes to the well again or returns to the heater. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Trace Moore looking to give Vienna their first run.
Timeout called. Big pitch here for Patterson.
Patterson checks, comes home. Swing and popped up on the infield. Converging on it, Shoup is there, puts it away, and we're heading to the 4th. Another leadoff runner stranded. 4-0 Frankfort through 3 innings of play on Redbirds Live.
IBI Management manages over 2.5 million square feet of industrial storage warehousing and office space in Illinois, Indiana, Tennessee, Ohio, and South Carolina with 64 tenants. Feel free to contact them for any management needed for your property. Reach out with any questions to Bobby or Iris Kazadi at 618-218-5995 or 618-218-2456. For any of your commercial management, IBI Management is here for you. Kids Corral is a licensed child care center and preschool serving children from 6 weeks to 12 years old in West Frankfort and beyond. Owned by FCHS 1989 alumni Gina King and 1992 alumni Kristen Cass, Kids Corral is located at 218 South Horn Street in West Frankfort. Call them today at 618-937-4700 for more information. Kids Corral, proudly taking care of the next generation of Redbirds since 1998. Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies knows Southern Illinois. Located in West Frankfort, they're your Milwaukee superstore with over 8,000 square feet. Wallace Industrial Tools has the largest selection of Milwaukee within a 2-hour radius. Find power tools such as drills, saws, lights, shop vacs, and more with pricing lower than you'll find anywhere else. That's Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies in West Frankfort.
Looking for a dealership where you're treated like family? Come to Week Chevrolet GMC, where from sales to service, they put you first. Their friendly staff will help you find the perfect vehicle that fits your needs and your budget. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, they've got it all. Visit them online at gregweeks.com or call 618-937-2000. Week Chevrolet GMC, right on the price, right off I-57.
Welcome back to Redbirds Live. We make it to the 4th inning, and it's a very good spot in the lineup to be for the West Frankfort Redbirds as the Eagles left 1 runner stranded in the 3rd. Cam Joyner, a lot of speed and some power late in the season. Here's the delivery. That'll be called strike right down the middle.
Isn't that baseball, though, Aaron? Isn't it funny? You give up a base hit to the 9 guy, and then you mow through the 1, 2, and 3. That's just baseball sometimes.
Yeah.
So we saw there in the bottom of the 3rd. Chase Patterson, nice work. And Joyner's behind 0-2. This is certainly a guy you'd like to have on the bases.
Oh, yeah.
He can run wild if you can get Cam over at first, but pitchers have really attacked him. Don't want to give him a free pass. You want to make him earn it because giving him 90 feet is basically giving him second, sometimes third.
Yeah.
Lays off the off speed.
1-2 count now on Cam Joyner. Here's the 1-2 delivery from Jones.
Struck him out. Frozen with the off speed.
Yeah. So it'll be back to the top of the lineup for the Redbirds and Jace Bennett.
And he's had a good day. 2 for 2. Led off the game with a single and then had a 2-run triple.
Yeah. That might be that is a big difference maker so far in this game, is that hit there from Bennett. Out to right, too. course, and that's line past the first baseman, and that will be a stand-up single for Jace Bennett.
So he's 3 for 3 on the day. He's
Yeah.
got hits from both sides of the plate. A good day to be Jace Bennett.
Another hot hitter here, and Kanan Shoup now coming to the plate. Hasn't had a big moment yet in this game, but
The due factor. He's
yeah,
due for one.
he's due for one. Bennett kind of stole all the energy in the last inning from anything big he could do. So let's see if now's his moment to shine.
I just love the approach at the plate. I mean, these guys are putting bat to ball like clockwork at this point, making Vienna work. Jones falls behind on the ball down. 1-0 to Shoup. Check Bennett. He's back in safely.
Bennett gets another lead from first, and here's a delivery from Jones. That's low again.
Similar spot.
2-0. Yep. Maybe just a millimeter higher. Very close. So
great hitters count for a red hot hitter,
yeah.
Kanan Shoup.
And
instead, we got to check on Jace Bennett.
Yep. Keeping Bennett honest over there at first base.
It's an overlooked aspect of baseball, but you have to do it, especially at this age. The arms aren't as strong as you get when you get to college and pro level. You got to give your pitcher a chance on stolen base attempts.
Yeah. Here's count for Shoup. Here's the pitch. That's another one.
This one scoots in, 3-0.
Yep.
He's going to be laying off here for sure. Despite him hitting well, this is an auto take. Make Jones throw a strike. Six-one.
Showed bunt, pulled back, and there's ball 4 on Kanan Shoup.
6-1 the score in the bottom of the fourth. Pinckneyville leading ZRC.
Wow.
In that regional final. I think that's over in Sparta. The winner here plays the winner in that one in DuQuoin on Wednesday. So 4 teams battling for 2 spots.
2 runners on now for the West Frankfort Redbirds. Still just 1 out, and now Chris Samples to the plate, looking to get another big hit here. And Jones was about to throw back to second, but he holds up as Bennett makes his way back to the bag. Shoup gets a lead from first. Here's the delivery. That's called strike 1.
Good bounce back from Jones after a 4-pitch walk. But man, you got to make them pay. You've had base runners on the entire game. Need another big hit. And this could be the guy, Chris Samples.
Pitch. Another one right in the zone. That's off speed. 0-2 count now on Samples. Pitcher's count here for Jones. Bennett has a big lead from second.
Samples.
That'll
base
be a
hit
hit.
out to left.
They're going to hold Bennett at third on a nice throw from the left fielder.
Just got it in quick. It was up the line a little bit, but
good
doesn't
throw,
matter.
Good throw from Crabb, and it'll be bases loaded now with 1 out for a lot of power in Chase Patterson.
Help your own cause. I always say it. You're a pitcher, you love to come up in these moments because you can help give yourself either a bigger lead or cut a deficit. So
it's always great to have a breakout moment as a pitcher on the
at the plate.
The plate, because you're helping the team on both ends, on the mound and at the plate.
And you don't have to get greedy here. You basically just something to the outfield is going to get you a run because you got great speed and Jace Bennett at third base.
Yep.
Shoop at second, and Samples at first.
Still just one out for Redbirds.
Patterson with the bases loaded. This
That
one's
gets
in the dirt,
past.
and Bennett's going to come home and score, and the other runners move up. It's 5-0 West Frankfort.
Another pass ball allows another run, and Vienna can't catch a break here. It's now a 5-run lead for West Frankfort as
And the double play is out of order.
Another, yep.
So now the infield has to draw in. Shoop at third, Samples at second, Patterson at the plate.
Huge spot for Chase Patterson. A double could plate too.
Heck, might need just a single here, bud.
Yeah, just a single. Yeah, especially to right.
Outside,
yeah.
2-0. Keep the line moving. Eric Duncan's next. Duncan walked his last time up.
Two-0 delivery from Jones to Patty.
That is roped out to center. That's down. There's one. Will they send Samples? They will. The ball gets away from the center fielder. Patterson moves up to second. It's 7-0 West Frankfort.
2 RBIs for the starting pitcher, Chase Patterson, and the Redbirds keep on rolling here in the fourth inning of work. A big double. That's exactly what we wanted to see, Garrett. And still just one out as the Eagles are falling further and further behind for another big hitter so far here for Eric Duncan.
There's a lot of baseball to be played still, and this is a good Vienna team. This one's far from over, but man, you love being able to pad this a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get some separation. Eric Duncan, his turn next. The senior wants to keep his season going. He swings through the first pitch. 0-1.
Man, it's good to see West Frankfort putting the bat to the ball this much late in the season.
Duncan lays off. Good pick at the plate to keep Patterson at second.
You got some players here, especially in Patterson and Samples and Bennett as well, that they're all just sophomores, juniors. They still have time left here in the Redbirds program, and it's great to see these young guys.
But then you got the blend of the seniority in there too.
Right, exactly.
That meshes that in and shows them kind of the way. The guys with Duncan,
right,
and Joyner and Odom.
Yeah.
That should be a strike. It is on the outer black. 1-2. Good pitch from Jones.
Yeah, it's just great to see how much they contribute overall.
Absolutely.
To the team. Shoop as well, junior this year.
Plenty of guys. Can't even sit here and name them all.
Yeah. That's going to be popped up back here just behind us.
Count remains 1-2. Duncan staying alive. Jones will step off. To the plate. Duncan takes a touch low. Maybe a little better frame job from the catcher, and they might get that call, but kind of stabbed down, and it brought the ball down. Brings that ball up a little bit. He probably gets the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Duncan off the handle over towards the hole. The play will be at first, and it's going to get away from the first baseman. Patterson's going to score. Duncan's back to first.
You couldn't ask for a better result in that play right there if you're West Frankfort. I mean,
put it in play and good things happen.
That spot of the bat that ball got was just, I mean, right in on the hands, and somehow was able to play to run on the pass ball at first.
Goes back to that. I don't care how you do it, just get on.
Right.
Duncan did that. He's reached his last 2 trips. Now Will Scales, he's due for a big hit. He's hit good down the stretch.
Yeah, he's been very good today. Had a big hit earlier.
Scales fouls one back. He was ready to jump that one. 8-0 West Frankfort in the top of the fourth inning. Regional championship game. Vienna had a barn burner with Anna Jonesboro, had to come back late and win that one 4-3 on their path in their semifinal. Frankfort went from the quarters a 4-0 win over El Dorado, and then an 8-6 victory over the top-seeded Massac County Patriots on Wednesday.
Will be outside. It's now a 1-1 count on Scales.
Scales goes after one. It's going to go over towards the whole second baseman. Fields fires, and they get the lead man, or the force at first, rather.
Yep. So 2 outs now in the fourth inning for the Redbirds. They will have a runner at second and Eric Duncan, and here comes Ethan Odom to the plate. Odom, one of 3 seniors this year on the team.
And he's wanting to swing that bat because he's walked twice today. So,
yeah.
In the moment, a big hole on the right side. He could go the opposite way. Odom swings through the high pitch. Strike one.
Here's the delivery. That's going to be low. That gets briefly away from the catcher, but Duncan will hold up at second.
Yeah, if you read that perfectly, you probably take off, but a little delayed read, and with 2 outs, no reason to force it. So
right.
Duncan stays put at second base. And you really get anxious as a base runner when you've already been thrown out once, which Duncan had that happen earlier.
Yep.
Can't allow it to happen twice.
No. Here's the pitch, and that is going to be fouled off. 1-2 count now on Odom.
One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Frankfurt's plated some more runs here in the fourth. They lead at 8-0. Jones wants to reset. He's ready to go. Out of the stretch, to the plate, up high, ball 2.
Odom wants to get going here. And like you mentioned, Garrett, he's had 2 walks today so far, so he wants to swing the bat and hopefully plate another run in Eric Duncan. And he looks back. Jones looks back to Duncan, but he gets back quickly. Duncan gets a short lead from second. And here is the 2-2 delivery from Jones.
Up high, same spot.
Yep. Full count on Odom. Will he get walked a third time, or?
I'd take a walk, but I'd love to see Ethan Odom be able to get a pitch to hit.
Yeah.
Because he's really progressed. He had some issues swinging the bat last few years, but he's done better this year.
Here's the pitch, and he doesn't get walked. He gets hit.
Works the same. He could have gotten out of the way if he didn't want a little bruise. It still would have been ball 4, but I guess he didn't want a base on ball to take a hit by pitch. Works the same.
Yep. So here comes Parker Allen to the plate. It looks like they're going to go with Cade Reynolds
as a pinch runner.
Yeah, because it does look like Ethan is holding his left arm a little bit after that hit by pitch. It is his left arm.
See, I thought Cade was running for Duncan. Yeah, okay, yeah. I didn't think he was running for.
Okay, yeah, that's my bad. I apologize. I was looking at.
Yeah, Odom will be fine.
Yeah.
You get hit on the arm, you can still run. So.
Yeah, I was about to say.
They want some speed out at second base, and that's what they get. So that's a pinch runner, not a courtesy runner.
Right. Yeah. That confused me a little bit there, as now they're going to take a timeout, and
so Coach Smith makes a move, and it looks like Coach Hill's going to do the same. We're in the top of the fourth, 2 runners on, 2 down. Frankfort leading 8-0. Like we said, Aaron, plenty of times. A lot of baseball to be played left in this one, but through 3 and change, I think you could have drawn this up any more perfect if you're a Redbird fan. I think it's went as
No,
perfect as it could. A couple miscues here and there, but you'll take that with the way you're hitting the baseball.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So just instilling a little bit of confidence back in Hayden Jones. He'll stay on the mound. Parker Allen will bat. With Odom running at first, Cade Reynolds will run at second. He's pinch running for Eric Duncan. And that's to bring into play a base hit. You can send him from second on a ball that finds the green grass. Strike 1 to Parker Allen. And you get a re-entry with that pinch runner 1 time. So Duncan will be able to come back into the ball game. 1 re-entry.
0-1 count on Parker Allen. Here's the delivery.
Lays off,
That is
and it stayed above the zone. Ended in a good spot, but it's where it crosses the plate, not where it
right.
meets the glove.
Yep.
Stayed above the zone. Didn't miss by much, but it certainly looked a little bit up.
1-1 pitch. Down in the dirt.
2-1. Good hitters count here. And I know we've mentioned they've made some mistakes on the bases, but if you keep putting guys on, you're bound to come through with some big hits. Frankfurt's done it. Let's see if they can do it again.
Another one, same spot.
Cam Joyner would be next.
3-1 count now on Parker Allen. And last thing you want to do if you're Vienna is load the bases here. He briefly looks back at the runner at second and no throw.
Seeing if Cade Reynolds was going to get a quick jump on the movement, but he didn't budge.
Here's the pitch.
Ball 4, it gets to the backstop. The guys will have the bases anyways.
So Cam Joyner coming up to the plate now with bases loaded and a chance to blow this game wide open if it's not already. 8-0 West Frankfort.
The only thing I'll say now is this has been a long time for Chase Patterson to sit. And, man, you'd like to get a few more runs with all this traffic out there because it's a big deal for a pitcher to sit for a long period of time. So hopefully he's keeping his arm loose. Strike 1 to Joyner. Base is loaded for Frankfort in the top of the fourth. They lead 8-0. Runners off with anything in play. Down low.
1-1 count now on Cam Joyner. Got Parker Allen at first, Ethan Odom at second, and Cade Reynolds at third. 1-1 delivery.
Down low, 2-1. Nice pitch to lay off because I know it ended and it looked like it was well out of the zone, but that's actually a pretty tough take with where a lot of pitches have been strikes today. Jones needing a strike here. He won't get it. 3 balls and a strike. And now the pressure's on the pitcher.
Oh, yeah.
He has to come right at Cam Joyner.
Can't afford to do anything different.
The man of the hour is on deck in terms of offensively, and he's going to bat. Jace Bennett will bat. A free RBI for Cam Joyner makes it 9-0.
And it's the top of the order once again for Frankfort, and they are going to Vienna Eagles are going to come to the mound and
Coach Hill's going to make a move.
Yep.
He has to.
Yeah,
Do or
there's
die. You got to have that desperation
no other
mentality.
option.
So Jones actually had a good start to his outing, but just started to lose command, very similarly to Trace Moore. Started pretty good and then lost a little bit of the command, and it's gotten away from him. We'll take a break. Vienna's going to their bullpen for the second time. It's 9-0 Redbirds on Redbirds Live.
The everyday people who make Southern Illinois so special. The ones who make sacrifices every day for their families and their community. These are the people who make us proud of what we do. You see, when a person from our community gets injured in an accident, there is someone at an insurance company far away from here whose job it is to minimize your injury, to make their corporation money. For them, you're just a claim number. For us, well, I guess you could say it's personal. We are fighting for the people of Southern Illinois each and every day to restore what was lost. We are Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, and for us, it's personal.
Looking for a dealership where you're treated like family? Come to Week Chevrolet GMC, where from sales to service, they put you first. Their friendly staff will help you find the perfect vehicle that fits your needs and your budget. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, they've got it all. Visit them online at gregweeks.com or call 618-937-2000. Week Chevrolet GMC, right on the price, right off I-57.
You don't have to choose between comfort and capability when you're behind the wheel of the 2025 Honda Pioneer 704. Rugged and reliable, it delivers the power you need on the job, the smooth shifting you want on the trail. And with Honda's exclusive quick flip seating, you get the versatility of seating 4 passengers and stowing the back seats for a full cargo bed. See the latest Honda Pioneer 704 today at Galadich Honda in West Frankfort.
Another call to the bullpen for Vienna. The big lefty comes in. Ball outside is making his way to the mound is Will Borders. Ball 1 to Jace Bennett, who's had a miraculous day today. 3 for 3.
I'd love to make it 4 for 4 with a big hit here that could blow this thing wide open. Here's the pitch.
Bennett takes strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
One delivery. Up high. Borders gets set. Strike 2. 2-2 count now on Jace Bennett.
Got to protect.
Yep.
Definitely don't want to go down looking with the bases loaded. Go down swinging, it's one thing, but looking, you can't allow it. Foul, back to the screen. Count stays 2-2.
Here's the 2-2 delivery from Will Borders. That is just outside, 3-2.
Full count. Runner's off with the pitch. So a base hit's almost certainly going to score a couple as long as it gets to the grass.
Borders steps off.
Jace Bennett, Redbird leadoff man, looking to tack on. He'll ask for time, little gamesmanship.
Full count delivery from Will Borders. Swung on, fouled away.
We'll do it again.
Bases loaded, 3-2, 2 outs for the Redbirds. Big spot for Jace Bennett. Pitch.
Popped up and out of play.
Yep. Oh.
Hey, Davey, what's the score of that Pinckneyville game, do you know?
Another foul ball for Jace Bennett, and we'll do it again. At least he's making contact. Here's a 3-2 pitch again. That is going to be up the middle, and that's going to plate one. Here comes Parker Allen to the plate. He's going to make it safely in time, and there's 2 more runs. The Redbirds have blown this game open. It's 11-0 here in the 4th inning.
Have a day, Jace Bennett. 4 for 4.
Four for 4 on the day for Jace Bennett, and man, you can't ask for any better than that. What a game.
Couple live score updates. Harrisburg 4-1 over Johnson City, but the one we're keeping our eye on is the matchup that would set up the winner of this. Pinckneyville up 7-1 in the top of the 6th, and they have a runner at third base. They're leading ZRC.
There's Kanan Shoop to the plate for the Redbirds. That ball's low. And for Jace Bennett, just talking about Jace Bennett, I mean, you really, he's definitely going to be able to hold on to his spot up at the top of the lineup, I'd imagine, after today. 4 for 4.
Good pitch that crossed back over the plate.
Yep.
Vienna just desperately needs to get out of this inning. Then they got to get the bats hot. Just possible. Feels like at this age group, you get a couple guys on and the floodgates just start to open up. So a 4, 5, 6 run inning is not out of the question for a team like Vienna. And that would make things very interesting.
Here's the pitch. That gets Shoop, and it's going to be bases loaded again for the Redbirds. That got his left leg. Didn't look like it hurt much at all. And here comes Chris Samples.
This is the guy I want up.
Yep.
I don't know what it is, but the approach, the consistency, the way this kid comes in and swings the bat day in, day out. Doesn't always get the big hit when it's needed, but you love the approach and you trust the results. Man, this is a guy I feel confident in when he's at the plate.
Redbirds have already done a lot of damage with 2 outs. We'll see if that continues with Chris Samples. They hold an 11-0 lead over the Vienna Eagles.
Taken up high. 1-0. And you still got to make Borders come at you because the bases are loaded. He's got nowhere to put Samples. A long top of the 4th.
That ball's popped up. It's going to go out of play, and
strike 1.
Yep. One count on Chris Samples. Had a lot of speed in Cam Joyner at third base. Here's the pitch. That'll be low, 2-1. On the speed, Jace Bennett as well, and then Shoop at first.
Two balls and 1 strike to Samples. Frankfort looking to pile on. Fly ball to center, sending the center fielder back. It's going to be over his head. 1 runs in. Here comes the second. They'll send to third. West Frankfort is going to be up 14-0 as Samples is thrown out at the plate. 3 runs cross. And Frankfort up by 2 touchdowns.
What an amazing job by the West Frankfort Redbirds, and what a hit there by Chris Samples, although he was tagged out at third. Again, the Redbirds now holding on to a 14-0 lead heading into the bottom of the 4th. We'll be right back here on Redbirds Live.
Hal Insurance is a proud sponsor of Redbird Athletics. Serving West Frankfort since 1925, we provide auto, home, business, life, and health insurance. Hal Insurance partners with Auto Owners Insurance Company to handle insurance the right way, the human way, Call Ryan, Jessica, or Susan Patton at 618-937-4000. Hal Insurance is proud to serve you.
Looking for a place to come out and enjoy one of the hidden treasures of Southern Illinois? The Frankfort Community Park is a 64-acre gym located in West Frankfort with 10 softball and baseball fields, 12 outdoor shelters, tennis courts, basketball courts, and a pond, as well as beautiful playground equipment for children of all ages. The park has plenty of open spaces to explore, and its serenity and beauty is second to none. The Aquatic Center has an indoor pool, weight room, basketball courts, and an event center. The Frankfort Community Park has something for everyone to enjoy. Come visit the park, and we promise you won't be disappointed.
Looking for a reason to try the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5.
So much.
That's everything you get with the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's.
People's National Bank has been serving the communities of Southern Illinois for over a century. We believe that great customer service, along with a wide variety of products, will meet all of your banking needs. We offer commercial lending, treasury management, personal loans, free checking, and more. Come in and check us out today. People's National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Bottom of the fourth is here after a long top of the fourth, and Frankfort poured it on, 14-0.
This is
This
the
is
biggest lead they've held all season against a team, right? I would assume.
Yes, Hayden Jones, Braden Hurst, and then Grady Waters, 4, 5, and 6. And big key after a long inning like that is, will your pitcher come out and throw strikes? That's what Frankfort needs out of Chase Patterson. 2-0. He falls behind to Jones. There's a strike.
Top of the zone on that pitch. It'll be 2-1 now.
You're at the point now. It's you give up some runs, you give up some runs, but at least throw some strikes. With this much of a lead, you don't want to walk guys. Strike 2.
Same spot for Chase Patterson nearly. 2-2 count now. 2-2 delivery.
Put him away.
Yep.
Outside. Payoff pitch will be next.
Yeah, I mean, and you're right, Garrett. No need to.
If they get base hits, they get base hits.
Yeah, no need to be throwing anything other than strikes with the score where it's at.
Swinging a ground ball over to short. Misplay, fire to first. And the runner's safe.
Bobbled a little bit by Samples at shortstop, so he rushed the throw.
Yeah,
and
it should
then,
be an E6.
Yeah. So the Eagles have a base runner at first now, and
yeah, Patterson did his job, induced a ground ball. But here's Braden Hurst.
the pitch.
Strike 1. Off speed, floats in.
It's a ball outside. 1-1 count now. Braden Hurst in the 5 spot here for the Vienna Eagles. Here's the pitch, and that is ripped into left field. That'll be a base hit for Hurst, and they're going to hold him at second, so it'll be 2 men on with no outs now for the Vienna Eagles.
Yeah, that's not even the one that hurts. The one that hurts is the ground ball that you should have put out.
Yeah.
Good clean hit, you live with.
Great.
Grady Waters, second baseman. force at any of the infield bases for Frankfort. Ooh, outside. Looked like a good spot. Waters showed bunt, but pulled back.
Showing bunt, and that'll be a strike. 1-1 count. Still a man on first and second now for the Eagles. They'd, at the very least, like to get on the board here. They still have yet to score a run in this game.
Well, don't get it twisted. They still have their eyes on coming back.
Yep.
Two balls and a strike to Waters. Patterson checks the runner, comes to the plate, grounded towards Samples. Misplays this one, but gets it back. It's going to be a double play. 6-4-3 double play. Two down in the inning.
That was a close one at first base, but they pulled it off. And yeah, that now means 2 outs for the Eagles and just 1 runner on base. Great job there by Chris Samples, who did bobble it again, but he was able to pick it up in enough time to get it over to Shoop, and then
Shoop made a nice acrobatic play to get rid of that ball. I didn't think he had any shot.
No.
They get it done.
Like I said, Shoop, and then Samples have been very good at kind of trading spots at shortstop and second, along with Jace Bennett this season.
Strike one. 1-1 the count. On Will Borders, who's come in, is currently the pitcher for Vienna.
One delivery from Chase Patterson. Swung on. That's out to outfield, and that is going to be caught.
Right at Cam Joyner.
So the Vienna Eagles throw in another runner after the double play. It's 14-0. We're headed to the 5th inning here on Redbirds Live.
Ask Melissa Walden about Shelter's auto, home, and life options. Call or text at 618-937-2092. Plus, use the My Shelter app to pay your bill, file a claim, proof of insurance, policy documents, go paperless, and more. Melissa Walden, Shelter Insurance in West Frankfort. IBI Management manages over 2.5 million square feet of industrial storage warehousing and office space in Illinois, Indiana, Tennessee, Ohio, and South Carolina with 64 tenants. Feel free to contact them for any management needed for your property. Reach out with any questions to Bobby or Iris Kazadi at 618-218-5995 or 618-218-2456. For any of your commercial management, IBI Management is here for you. Kids Corral is a licensed child care center and preschool serving children from 6 weeks to 12 years old in West Frankfort and beyond. Owned by FCHS 1989 alumni Gina King and 1992 alumni Kristen Cass, Kids Corral is located at 218 South Horn Street in West Frankfort. Call them today at 618-937-4700 for more information. Kids Corral, proudly taking care of the next generation of Redbirds since 1998.
Looking for a dealership where you're treated like family? Come to Week Chevrolet GMC, where from sales to service, they put you first. Their friendly staff will help you find the perfect vehicle that fits your needs and your budget. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, they've got it all. Visit them online at gregweeks.com or call 618-937-2000. Week Chevrolet GMC, right on the price, right off I-57.
Top of the 5th, it's 14-0 West Frankfort. And a stunner in this one. The red-hot Redbirds continue to be such. And they'll have 4, 5, and 6. That's Chase Patterson, Eric Duncan, and Will Scales due up in the top half of the frame. Ball one high as Will Borders is back to the bump for the Eagles. Two and 0 to Patterson. Borders falls behind. And Patterson hits one to right. That'll be a base hit.
That's the second baseman, and they keep on rolling. Here's Eric Duncan to the plate.
Popped up. That's
yeah.
into shallow right. And it's put away by Stafford.
Comes Will Scales for the Redbirds with one out, one man on.
And the pitch. Scales swings through it, strike one.
Here's the 0-1 delivery. That gets past the catcher, and Patterson will advance to second base on a passed ball. 1-1 count on Will Scales. Delivery. That is
And a
going.
hook foul down the right field line.
So 1-2 now on Scales.
One ball, two strikes, one out to the Redbird catcher. Patterson leads from second base. And this is well outside to even the count at 2-2.
Patterson gets his lead from second. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Swung on and missed. That'll be a strikeout. And Patterson gets back to second in time. So there's going to be a courtesy runner now. They're going to call for Patterson, as it'll be Ethan Odom coming to the plate.
And that'll be Cam Woolard as the courtesy runner. The run for Patterson with two outs. And Ethan Odom looking for a base hit here in the fifth. Fouled right back. Oh, and 1 the count to Ethan Odom. West Frankfort leading 14-0 in this regional championship game. Next pitch, missing down. Vienna will have work to do in the bottom half to keep this thing going. Odom takes, up and away. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Willard gets a lead from second, and here's the 2-1 delivery.
Inside, 3 balls and a strike. See if we can get some other scores from around the area. Pinckneyville had a lead in their game. They now lead 11-1 over
Wow.
Ziegler Wilton.
Wow.
So they're marching towards a sectional appearance as Odom draws ball 4.
Be a if the Redbirds advance, that could be a very good game.
So Odom's walked 3 times and was hit by a pitch in his other bat. So pretty good on base percentage today for Ethan Odom.
Yeah. Hey, find a way to get on. That's all you got to do. Doesn't matter how. Parker Allen to the plate now for the Redbirds. 2 out. Man on second. That'll be outside. 1-0 count. 1-0 count.
Harrisburg has defeated Johnston City 4-2. So Harrisburg will move into that DuQuoin sectional. Strike called to Parker Allen. DuQuoin and Nashville, sorry, Aaron, 4-4 in the bottom of the 7th. So a good game there.
That'll be a hit out to center field and is caught. So that'll be the end of the 5th inning for the Redbirds. The Eagles get out of it. Redbirds retain a 14-0 lead. You're watching Redbirds Live.
The everyday people who make Southern Illinois so special. The ones who make sacrifices every day for their families and their community. These are the people who make us proud of what we do. You see, when a person from our community gets injured in an accident, there is someone at an insurance company far away from here whose job it is to minimize your injury, to make their corporation money. For them, you're just a claim number. For us, well, I guess you could say it's personal. We are fighting for the people of Southern Illinois each and every day to restore what was lost. We are Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, and for us, it's personal.
Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies knows Southern Illinois. Located in West Frankfort, they're your Milwaukee superstore with over 8,000 square feet. Wallace Industrial Tools has the largest selection of Milwaukee within a 2-hour radius. Find power tools such as drills, saws, lights, shop vacs, and more with pricing lower than you'll find anywhere else. That's Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies in West Frankfort.
Bottom 5, Aaron. You get 3 outs here.
Yeah.
You're a regional champion.
Chase Patterson remains on the mound for the Redbirds, and to lead off, it'll be number 6. That's Landon Stafford for the Vienna Eagles.
8-9-1 for Vienna coming up. Stafford, Crab, and Etheridge. First pitch, strike 1. So you'd like to have Etheridge come up with a couple outs. You don't want him coming up to top of the order and some traffic already. Down low, ball on a strike. Redbirds 14, Eagles 0. The bottom of 5. Strike 2. Inside black. Patterson trying to make quick work of Stafford. Up high. Nowhere close.
2-2 count now on Stafford. Here's the 2-2 delivery from Patterson. That gets past Scales. It'll be a full count.
3 balls, 2 strikes. So we mentioned Nashville and DuQuoin in a battle. They were 4-4 last check in the 7th. Harrisburg has advanced to that sectional. Pinckneyville's closing in on an opportunity, and Frankfort's trying to join.
Be fouled away.
Full count to Stafford. The pitch. Ball 4. Leadoff man reaches, and Sean Crabb will be next.
The Patriots would need 4 here, correct? 2, 5. That'll be a ball low.
Two and 0 to Crabb. Patterson losing his command here in the 5th. 3 balls, no strikes. The top of the lineup looms in the on deck circle. Strike 1 into Crabb. 3 balls and a strike. Stafford leads over at first base. Patterson to the plate. Ball 4. Base on balls to the first 2 runners or batters.
Scales is going to call time to go up and talk to Patterson, calm him down a little bit. Last thing you want to do is issue walks in a spot like this where 3 short outs could buy you a spot to the sectionals. Baseball is certainly a game that a lot can change in a little amount of time, so Redbirds would like to do whatever they can here to make sure this game doesn't go further than it has to.
Jackson Etheridge will bat with 2 on and none out in the bottom of the 5th. Redbirds will gladly trade a couple of runs for some outs. Take the easy one here. Etheridge bats from the left side. Patterson looking to reset after walking Stafford and Crabb. First pitch. Down low, ball 1. Patterson checks the runner, comes home. There's strike 1.
1-1 count now on Vienna's hottest hitter this season. Here's the pitch.
Good.
Swung on and missed.
Yeah, nice pitch from Patterson going right at him. 1 and 2. Can't continue to fall behind guys, especially to the top of the lineup. 1 ball, 2 strikes. to Etheridge. 2 on, none out.
1-2 delivery from Patterson is
Popped it
popped
up.
up.
That's going to be an infield fly. Put away by Chris Samples, 1 down. Big first out against Etheridge. And next is Jacob Waters. Huge out, Aaron.
Oh, yeah. Every out is huge in a spot like this.
It's the same thing. Just get the easy one. You don't have to do too much. It's the catcher, Jacob Waters. Patterson checks the runner, misses well high. Ball and no strike. Patterson to the plate. 2-0. Patterson needing a strike. Got one there.
Two-one count on Jacob Waters, catcher for the Eagles. 2 men on, 1 out for the Eagles. 2-1 delivery from Patterson, swung on and missed. 2-2.
Two and two, 1 out. Another strike here. Don't need to make it dramatic and run it full. Try to go right after Waters. Up high, full count. We will go there.
We'll count on Jacob Waters. Vienna needing a hit here.
Patterson checks, comes home. Ball 4, bases loaded with 1 down. 3 walks in the inning. And here's Trace Moore.
Moore was starting pitcher today for the Eagles and now looking to come up in a big spot here.
Yeah, they still got a lot of work to do, but
Yeah.
definitely making an effort at it. It's a patient batter's eye here in the 5th. Ball 1. Down and in. 2 balls, no strikes. To Moore.
2-0 count. Here's the delivery. That's a called strike.
Yeah, good pitch. Inner portion.
Two-one count. Here's the pitch. That'll be outside. So it's 3-1 now on Trace Moore. Last thing you want to do if you're Patterson is walk in a free run.
Yeah, you've already walked 3 in the inning.
Ground.
Chopper to first. No, they call it foul.
Oh.
Full count. Looked pretty close from
Yeah,
here.
that was a close one. That's not the easiest to tell from our vantage point, but yeah, that was definitely close.
I'm sure it was foul. You're not hearing anything from Frankfort's side. Who's got a front row view to it. Full count to Moore. 1 away, bottom 5. Frankfort leading 14-0, but Vienna with the bases loaded. Ball 4. 4 walks in the inning for Patterson. Walks in a run.
So Vienna gets their first run on a walk, and they're going to take a timeout. Head coach Tyson Smith going out to talk to Patterson, see what the plan is here.
got to get him composed. It's mainly just finding that spot, that release point, putting it where you want it because Vienna's not had to do any of the work themselves other than take some pitches here in this inning. They've not hit the ball hard. They've not put anything in play other than that pop out. So we got one out. In the bottom of the fifth, it's 14-1. But we will have a change. So we'll take a break. 14-1, Frankfort leading in the bottom of the fifth on Redbirds Live.
Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies knows Southern Illinois. Located in West Frankfort, they're your Milwaukee superstore with over 8,000 square feet. Wallace Industrial Tools has the largest selection of Milwaukee within a 2-hour radius. Find power tools such as drills, saws, lights, shop vacs, and more with pricing lower than you'll find anywhere else. That's Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies in West Frankfort.
Looking for a dealership where you're treated like family? Come to Week Chevrolet GMC, where from sales to service, they put you first. Their friendly staff will help you find the perfect vehicle that fits your needs and your budget. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, they've got it all. Visit them online at gregweeks.com or call 618-937-2000. Week Chevrolet GMC, right on the price, right off I-57.
The everyday people who make Southern Illinois so special. The ones who make sacrifices every day for their families and their community. These are the people who make us proud of what we do. You see, when a person from our community gets injured in an accident, there is someone at an insurance company far away from here whose job it is to minimize your injury, to make their corporation money. For them, you're just a claim number. For us, well, I guess you could say it's personal. We are fighting for the people of Southern Illinois each and every day to restore what was lost. We are Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, and for us, it's personal.
Welcome back to Redbirds Live, and they're going to give the ball to Ethan Odom here in the fifth inning as he gets called strike one. With one out, the Vienna Eagles plated their first run on a walk. Bases are now loaded here in the fifth inning of work. 0-1 delivery. That is a little bit inside. 1-1 count.
Yeah, but you love to see it. He's all around the plate.
Yeah.
Came in with a fastball and went for the off speed. There we go. Fouled off down the third base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
On Hayden Jones. And out here would be big.
Yeah, just 2 away from a regional championship. Odom to the plate. Laying off is Jones. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next, inside, 3-2. So another full count.
Odom gets set. Here's the full count delivery. Swung on. That's
a
past
fair
the
ball.
third baseman. That's going to be fair. That'll plate one. Here comes two. And he'll get up in there, but that gets past the third baseman. So Vienna will plate two, and it makes it a 14-3 game with a runner at third.
Yeah, this thing's not done yet. They still can extend this game and then try to chip away. But 14-3.
Great spot there from Hayden Jones. Just looped it past the third baseman, who is Kanan Shoup now playing third.
So Braden Hurst is next. First pitch, up high.
Still just one out for the Eagles.
It's a big hit from Jones. He's up at the second base. Moore at third. Down in the dirt, 2-0.
Two 0 count. Here's the delivery. That's called a ball outside. 3-0 count now.
Three in the inning already for Vienna, and they're looking for more.
That'll be a called strike. 3-1 count now on Braden Hurst.
Odom gets a looper over towards Samples. That's going to drop. One is in, and they'll hold the runner at third. It's first and third, 14-4 the score. So if they can get that runner in, they'll keep this game going. This is Grady Waters. Waters takes strike one. 4 in the inning for Vienna. They needed 5 in total to keep this thing going and avoid a 10-run limit. They've got 4. They just need one more. Inside, 1-1.
That potential fifth run is standing 90 feet away. No, the optimal outcome here for Ethan Odom would be a strikeout.
Strike 2.
1-2 count now. Strikeout would be big here.
Just an out in any way. Need something. It's been a while since you've gotten an out. Next.
That is fouled
Waters
away. That
chases a pitch above his head.
would have been ball 2. That shows the pitcher, though, that he's a little bit antsy to get a hit here. So 1-2 delivery coming up from Ethan Odom. That'll
Ground
be
ball over towards short. That's going to be a tough play. Everyone's safe. 14-5 in the fifth. So we will continue.
Number 19, Will Borders, now coming to the plate for the Vienna Eagles.
5-run fifth and still damage to be done. Down and in. Force at any of the infield bases. There's strike 1. Borders chops it foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Scales is going to take a moment to talk to his pitcher.
One ball, 2 strikes to Will Borders. Ethan Odom needing an out. 5 runs in the inning. It's now 14-5. Frankfort leading by 9. Swing and ripped out to right. That's a base hit. Base is loaded for Vienna. Next is Landon Stafford.
Frankfort needs to get out of this inning, and they need to quick.
Yeah, it can happen this quick. We were talking about it, the snowball effect. Strike 1 into Stafford. Swing and a miss. 0-2 on Stafford. You just want to get back and let your guys swing again because you've been swinging good. It's not a guarantee. Frankfort could still score some more runs in this game. You just got to get back and swing the bats. Swing and a miss. A big second out. Stafford sits down.
Big out there. They needed that. Just got to be careful. I mean, especially with bases loaded. One swing of the bat could make what was a 14-run lead a 6-run lead real quick.
Hook will run for the pitcher, Borders. Odom will throw to Sean Crabb. Base is loaded for Vienna. Swing and fouled off.
The 0-1 delivery.
Up high and away. One ball, one strike to Crabb. 5 have scored in the inning for Vienna.
There's the delivery. That's down in the dirt. Lucky that didn't get past Scales. 2-1 now.
And Etheridge is on deck.
Hottest hitter this year for the Eagles. Two-one count. Here's the pitch. That is swung on, and it is stopped by Chris Samples. There's one, and they'll get out of the inning. It is now Redbirds 14, Eagles 5. We're headed to the 6th inning. They get just enough to continue this game here on Redbirds Live.
Hi, this is West Frankfort Mayor Tim Arview, inviting you to visit and experience our small community nestled in the heart of Southern Illinois. Located just off I-57, West Frankfort offers some of the most unique dining and shopping options in the region, along with a rich history of coal mining and more. Come visit our 2 museums, the Frankfort Community Park, or come downtown for a taste of what we have to offer. The City of West Frankfort, a proud sponsor of Redbird Athletics.
People's National Bank has been serving the communities of Southern Illinois for over a century. We believe that great customer service, along with a wide variety of products, will meet all of your banking needs. We offer commercial lending, treasury management, personal loans, free checking, and more. Come in and check us out today. People's National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Looking for a reason to try the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5.
So much.
That's everything you get with the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's.
Looking for a place to come out and enjoy one of the hidden treasures of Southern Illinois? The Frankfort Community Park is a 64-acre gym located in West Frankfort with 10 softball and baseball fields, 12 outdoor shelters, tennis courts, basketball courts, and a pond, as well as beautiful playground equipment for children of all ages. The park has plenty of open spaces to explore, and its serenity and beauty is second to none. The Aquatic Center has an indoor pool, weight room, basketball courts, and an event center. The Frankfort Community Park has something for everyone to enjoy. Come visit the park, and we promise you won't be disappointed.
Welcome back to Redbirds Live. We make our way to the sixth inning of work, and it'll be the bottom of the order. Cam Joyner leading off in a 14-5 ball game. He shows bunt but pulls away for ball one. The Redbirds were leading 14-0 in the top of the fifth, and Vienna Eagles made it interesting and plated 5 runs, just enough to extend the game here into the sixth inning. But if West Frankfort is able to get some runs here, they might be able to work their way back, as it's now a 2-0 count on Cam Joyner. Number 19, Will Borders, remaining on the mound for the Vienna Eagles. Garrett, no matter what the final score is, always seems like the playoffs are always interesting in some way, right?
Yeah, HSA postseason. It's always it always delivers, and
Yep.
Vienna has made this thing interesting. 3-0 to Cam Joyner.
Borders gets set.
Joyner's not going to bunt. He's showing bunt, but he's going to pull back. He's going to take strike one.
Three-one count on Cam Joyner, who's had a very good day at the plate. Here's the pitch. Called strike two. Full count.
Chase Bennett next.
Chase Bennett, an even hotter hitter today. Here's the pitch. That gets Cam Joyner, so he'll get a free base. And here comes the hottest hitter today on the team in Jace Bennett.
Borders looks to bounce back after hitting Joyner. They're going to throw to first, and Joyner is picked off. Joyner went on first movement, and he's another base runner thrown out today for Frankfort.
So that'll be out number one in the sixth inning for the Redbirds. Here's the pitch. That's a little bit high. 1-0 count.
1-0 to Bennett. We're ready to go.
Here's the pitch. Way up high. That'll be ball two. Vienna's worked their way through 3 pitchers today. Will Borders is now the third guy on the mound for the Eagles. Here's the 2-0 delivery. That'll be a ball outside. 3-0. Can the Redbirds get another base runner? Here's the pitch. That'll be called strike. 3-1. Bennett, the way he's been hitting today, certainly does not want to take a free base. He'd like to get a hit. But he'll take it either way. 3-1 delivery. Called strike two. Bennett thought it was ball four.
Full count to Bennett. That zone probably just widened a little bit. Bennett thought it was ball four. Fouled it back.
Full count on Jace Bennett. 1 out so far in the inning on a pickoff of Cam Joyner.
Yeah, after he was hit by a pitch.
Yeah. Here's the pitch.
Ball four, up and away.
Yeah. So another base runner for the Redbirds, and here comes Kanan Shoop. A little bit of insurance wouldn't hurt here in the 6th inning.
No, it wouldn't, especially when you've seen what Vienna can do
Yep.
in an individual inning. They put up 5 in the 5th. Inside, ball 1.
Here's the 1-0 delivery. Swung on and fouled back off the catcher. 1-1.
Ball and a strike. 1 out, the top of the 6th. Frankfort 14, Vienna 5. Bennett leads from first. Shoop at the dish.
Bennett gets his lead. Swung on and popped up out of play. 1-2 count now on Kanan Shoop.
And the pitch. Swing and fouled back. Out of play. Borders looking for another out. He's been their most efficient pitcher in the ballgame.
1-2 delivery.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Next is Chris Samples with 2 outs in the 6th.
Jace Bennett remains at first base. Now with 2 outs on the Redbirds. Still a 14-5 game here in the top of the 6th inning.
Outside, throw back behind the runner. Bennett's in safely. 1-0 the count.
Redbirds would presumably have one more inning to do some work after this. The Eagles would have at least 2. So that's one reason why insurance runs would count after the 5 runs that Vienna put up in the bottom of the 5th. One 0 pitch.
Fouled off. And Vienna's going to have the top of their lineup coming up.
One delivery to Chris Samples. That's a called strike. 1-2.
Tough take there.
Yeah. Low in the zone.
Looked like it hooked around the zone.
Yeah.
Ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch swung on and ripped. It's just foul down the third base line.
Been a good hit there for Samples. Had that been a couple feet to the right.
The Samples will try again. One, two. Bennett over at first. Samples looking for another big hit. Borders comes set to the plate and fouled it back out of play.
Finally getting a tad bit warmer here in Massac County now that the sun's trying to maybe peek out a little bit. Very good crowd and very nice weather for this regional here in Massac. 1-2 count on Chris Samples. Here's the delivery.
Swung on, fouled out of play.
Samples playing a game of protect here with 2 outs and the man on first.
Borders looks at the runner, comes home. Swung on and a high fly ball drifting back to left. Swirling around, and it's put away by Crabb. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Frankfort 14-5 over Vienna in the regional title game on Redbirds Live.
People's National Bank has been serving the communities of Southern Illinois for over a century. We believe that great customer service, along with a wide variety of products, will meet all of your banking needs. We offer commercial lending, treasury management, personal loans, free checking, and more. Come in and check us out today. People's National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Looking for a reason to try the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5.
So much.
That's everything you get with the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's.
Looking for a place to come out and enjoy one of the hidden treasures of Southern Illinois? The Frankfort Community Park is a 64-acre gym located in West Frankfort with 10 softball and baseball fields, 12 outdoor shelters, tennis courts, basketball courts, and a pond, as well as beautiful playground equipment for children of all ages. The park has plenty of open spaces to explore, and its serenity and beauty is second to none. The Aquatic Center has an indoor pool, weight room, basketball courts, and an event center. The Frankfort Community Park has something for everyone to enjoy. Come visit the park, and we promise you won't be disappointed.
Bottom of the 6th, 14-5 West Frankfort. Jackson Etheridge, Jacob Waters, and Trace Moore, 1, 2, and 3 in the Vienna order. That's who will bat in the 6th. And 3 of the 4 tickets have been punched to the DuQuoin sectional, and that will feature Harrisburg, Pinckneyville, and DuQuoin. 1 spot remaining. The winner of this one gets that 4th slot. So Harrisburg and DuQuoin will match up in one semifinal. Pinckneyville gets the winner of Vienna and West Frankfort. It's a 2-0 count to Etheridge.
Odom does not want to allow any more runs after the last inning. He's got 9 runs to work with, and now he's in a 3-0 count.
3-0 to Etheridge. Waters on deck. Strike 1. 3-1 count to the Eagles shortstop, Jackson Etheridge. Next pitch, swung on and missed. Full count.
Good pitch there from Odom.
Yeah, go right back.
He needs to find a little bit of momentum here. He can't just continue like he was last inning. He needs to get a strikeout here.
Strike 3, Etheridge goes down.
There you go. Etheridge thought that was a little bit inside, but he gets rung up, and there's first strikeout for Ethan Odom.
Well, it looked like a pitch earlier. Looked like a strike that wasn't called. It might have been a little bit of a make-up call.
Yeah.
That ball that was called high that got it to 3-0, but credit to Odom for coming back. One down, and here's the catcher, Jacob Waters. And this is honestly the bigger frame, potentially, if you got the top of this lineup. If you can get through them,
yeah,
you get to the 7th without much damage done, you feel pretty good.
That's a really good point, yeah.
No easy outs, especially when your season's on the line, but, man, you'd like a quick inning here. 1-1 the count on Waters. Odom looking to close this thing out after Patterson had a really good start to his ball game and just couldn't throw strikes in his final inning of work. This one's fouled back right in front of us. Ball and 2 strikes. With Trace Moore on deck. Good crowd on hand.
1-2 count on
Waters.
Yep.
I'll fill in the blank for you.
You're good.
This one's going to find the seats out of play.
Sometimes when I look at the scorecards, I see the number of their batting order. I look at that number first, and I always want to say that as their number.
Whatever excuse you're going to go with, that's fine.
So
Odom looks to put Waters away here.
Yeah. Here's the pitch.
Strike 3, back-to-back sit down looking strikeouts for Ethan Odom. How about those big 2 punch outs to start the 6th?
Big
man,
spot.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Be Trace Moore now to the plate for the Vienna Eagles. Ethan Odom with 2 outs, no base runners allowed after last inning. That's
He
good news.
inherited a mess of an inning. That's always hard to do when you come in and
right.
you got guys all over the place. But he gets his own fresh start in the 6th, and so far so good. 1-0 the count to Moore. That's a little up. 2-0. Odom out of the wind and comes home. Outside, 3-0. Hayden Jones would be next.
More likely not swinging at this one, and he won't have to because he's walked on 4 pitches.
Now Hayden Jones, he's the only one that missed badly. The other pitches weren't terrible pitches, just a little bit out.
Well, that last pitch is the pitch you want to definitely be throwing a strike on, especially in a 3-0 count. So it's Hayden Jones now to the plate.
Two away. The first pitch, a good one, strike 1. Odom to the plate. Grounded foul, 0-2.
Oh, 2 count.
Yeah, way to get ahead. Yeah, you got some breathing room here in this at bat. But no reason to fool around. Let's get Jones here.
Here's the 0-2 delivery from Odom. That's called outside.
A little bit out.
1-2 count now.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
There's the pitch.
Up high, 2-2.
Two count, 2 out. Man on first for the Eagles. Here's the pitch. Full.
Down and out. Full count. Moore will have a jump on the pitch. Jones looking to prolong the inning for the Eagles after the first 2. Etheridge and Waters went down looking. Then Moore followed with a walk. Fly ball out to center. Joyner back on it. It's over his head, and it's to the wall on a couple of hops. That's going to drive in 1. RBI double for Hayden Jones makes it a 14-6 ball game. 6 unanswered for the Eagles. Now
So,
Braden Hurst.
looks like we're going to take a timeout here on the mound with Odom as Braden Hurst will be coming to the plate with a guy at second. That ball was hard hit out to center field. Several more feet. Could have been over the fence.
Yeah, he squared that one up. Coach House out to give a pep talk to Ethan Odom. Frankfort needs just 1 out to get us to the 7th. They still have that 8-run lead. (14-6). And here's Braden Hurst, third baseman, looking to trade places with Jones, who just drove one to the center field wall.
(14-6) game. Vienna wants to continue slowly chipping away at this lead.
If you get an out here, though, they're running out of time, and they're going to
Yeah.
have to do it all in the 7th. Get an out here, they're going to have to score 8 in the 7th inning alone. That'll be a tall task for any team.
Yep.
You'd like to put that pressure on them. There's a strike. 1 ball and a strike now to Hurst. Down in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike.
Hayden Jones out at second base for the Eagles. 2-1 count on Hurst. Here's the pitch. Swung
Popped
on.
up, that's going to get out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Odom looks to get rid of Hurst. Swing and a fly ball out to left. Allen settles underneath it and puts it away. So Vienna gets another run, but all the damage Frankfort did early on has them with an 8-run lead through 6 innings of play on Redbirds Live.
Ask Melissa Walden about Shelter's auto, home, and life options. Call or text at 618-937-2092. Plus, use the My Shelter app to pay your bill, file a claim, proof of insurance, policy documents, go paperless, and more. Melissa Walden, Shelter Insurance in West Frankfort. Kids Corral is a licensed child care center and preschool serving children from 6 weeks to 12 years old in West Frankfort and beyond. Owned by FCHS 1989 alumni Gina King and 1992 alumni Kristen Cass, Kids Corral is located at 218 South Horn Street in West Frankfort. Call them today at 618-937-4700 for more information. Kids Corral, proudly taking care of the next generation of Redbirds since 1998.
Looking for a dealership where you're treated like family? Come to Week Chevrolet GMC, where from sales to service, they put you first. Their friendly staff will help you find the perfect vehicle that fits your needs and your budget. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, they've got it all. Visit them online at gregweeks.com or call 618-937-2000. Week Chevrolet GMC, right on the price, right off I-57.
Looking for a reason to try the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5. That's everything you get with the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's.
Welcome back to Redbirds Live. We make our way to the 7th inning, and the West Frankfort Redbirds will have Chase Patterson, starting pitcher today for the Redbirds, who was quite efficient. Vienna held to 1 run.
Yeah, let's get it right back. Let's get
Yeah.
1 or 2 here and get back up double digits and bring her home in the bottom half.
Yep.
Will Borders delivers and fires up and away to Patterson. He'll be followed by Duncan and Scales in the top of the inning. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt.
So 1-1 count now on Chase Patterson.
Borders in an even count fires well outside to the right-handed hitter.
And don't forget that after the game, we'll have the IBI Management post-game show coming your way.
We'll go over the final box score, and try to talk to Coach Smith.
And hopefully have some video of the regional champs as Chase Patterson gets a base hit out to center field. That'll be a stand-up single, and he is on first here in the 7th inning.
Good start to the inning.
Absolutely. Duncan to the plate now.
Eric's due for a hard hit ball. Borders checks Patterson. Instead comes to the plate, and it gets to the backstop. Patterson's going to have a free 90 feet. Now Duncan's job is just to move him over. Get him over to third. Even if with an out, you can bring him home on the next. Still have less than 2 outs. Take any runs you can get. You know, got a glimpse of that potent offense that Vienna provides. Outside, 2-0. Patterson dances out at second.
Oh.
And they've got another runner picked off.
That's been, if there has been a problem for West Frankfort in this game, that is it. It's been the base running. That's how many runners now picked off for West Frankfort?
4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
4 or 5 runners taken off the bases.
Vienna's figuring out that that's working.
Well, credit to them for executing, but those are all avoidable problems for West Frankfort.
Yeah.
Those are all plays that shouldn't even be considered or possible if you're just paying attention and Patterson just got a little bit too far off the base. We've seen that a few times. Counts 3-1 to Duncan. Strike two.
Full count on Eric Duncan with one out now. Here's the delivery. Swung on and fouled back.
Good at bat from Eric. Fouled a couple of pitches off.
Here's the pitch again. Swung on, fouled back. The 3-2 delivery again.
Ball four. Duncan with a free pass. And Will Scales, the Redbird catcher, next in line.
Duncan gets a lead from first base. Here's the pitch. That's a little bit high. Ball one.
Yeah, good tag. That one sweeping around the plate and ended up a little high. So that's a tempting pitch when you see a opposite handed pitcher and that ball's coming back towards you. But good take from Scales. One and 0 with one out. Scales takes outside.
Game now approaching 3 hours of play. Started at 11 and nearing 2 o'clock now. So that shows up on the scoreboard too when you have a 14-6 game, lots of runs. 2-0 count.
3-0. Take mode now for Scales. He's well ahead. Ethan Odom is next.
Here's the pitch.
Ball four. Coach Hill back out to the mound. Just a quick word with his pitcher. As we mentioned, winner of this game, that's the last spot to fill to head to the sectional in DuQuoin. That game will be Wednesday. The winner of this will play Pinckneyville. Opposite side of that sectional will be DuQuoin versus Harrisburg. So DuQuoin, Harrisburg, and Pinckneyville are through to the sectionals. Harrisburg knocked off Johnston City.
Pitch to Odom. Up high.
Pinckneyville knocking off Ziegler Royalton. And DuQuoin beat Nashville, who before this today was 29-1. And Nashville gets beat.
Wow.
29-1 and now 29-2. And Not even a regional champ. That's how tough that draw was.
That shows how much the playoffs matter. Regular season, gives you a chance to dial in on all the teams and see what you're facing. But
I mean, conference championships matter just as much,
right,
but it's crazy how quick things can end if you're off or one team's red hot on any given day.
1-1 delivery, swung on and missed. 1-2. Duncan at second, and
Hendricks Woods is running it
he's at first.
first for Will Scales.
Here's the pitch.
Swing and a miss. Odom goes down. And next will be Parker Allen.
So 2 outs now here in the top of the 7th for the Redbirds. Still 2 men on for Parker Allen.
6, 7, and 8 will be due up in the bottom half. It'll be Waters, Borders, and Stafford. Allen swings through the breaking ball 0-1.
Yeah, and you mentioned that, Garrett, that in the bottom of the 6th inning, the Redbirds had to face the top of the lineup. So if you want to pick, still dangerous, but if you want to pick an area of the lineup you have to face in a spot where the Redbirds will in the bottom of the 7th, that's a good spot to pick.
Yeah, it's a good starting spot. This is grounded. Left side, that's going to be through, and it'll be station to station, bases loaded. On a single from Allen, it'll bring up Cam Joyner. Yeah, it's a good starting point, but you better get those guys or else they're going to be on base.
Right.
And it's going to flip back. But, yeah, to your point, you're right, and we mentioned that. And you gave up the 1 run, but you got the luxury of being able to give up 1 run right now and still be okay. So give up the 1 in the 6th after the big 5 spot in the 5th. You feel pretty good, but you would try to get a few more here before Odom takes the hill one final time. So Will Borders looks to put up a scoreless frame. He's got the bases loaded. Cam Joyner at the plate, Duncan at third, Woods at second, and Parker Allen, who just singled, over at first. First pitch to Joyner. Strike 1.
Good chance for Cam Joyner to get himself some RBIs before this game is over. Bases loaded. Here's the 0-1 pitch.
That hit him.
Oh, did it? Yes.
Joyner's hit by the pitch for the second time, so he's got another RBI. 15-6.
First, I thought that hit off the catcher's glove. Yeah, it got his back leg. Still 2 outs. Still bases loaded. For Jace Bennett, top of the order. He's been the hottest hitter today for the Redbirds.
And he got the party started. That big triple earlier in the game.
That ball's just a little bit low. 1-0. Another triple now would be nice, wouldn't it?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
There are the bases.
Strike 1 to Bennett. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bennett's reached every time today. Four hits and a walk. Borders to the plate. Strike 2. Got to protect here. Anything close is going to be called. Bases remain loaded with 2 outs. The pitch gets away to the backstop, and Woods is going to score. And The other two runners move up 90 feet. It's 16-6.
Hey, we'll take 2 insurance runs. They gain the runs back they gave up.
You gain one here because you gave up
Yeah,
one in the bottom.
exactly.
Now you've scored 2. A little bit more cushion makes you feel a little bit better. 16-6 the score.
Still man on second and third. Bennett can still do some damage here. Here's the 2-2 delivery.
Well outside. Shoop would be next.
Full count on Bennett. He gets set. Here's the delivery.
Ball
Up
4. They can't get this guy out today. He's reached 6 times.
Man, what a day for Jace Bennett. So here comes Kanan Shoop with the bases loaded. He struck out last time, but he now has a big opportunity to continue to add to this lead with 2 outs.
Yeah, how about something similar to what he did in the first? He roped one out
Yeah.
to left. That'd be nice to have that again. He's got some good speed at second base, so you don't worry about him scoring in Cam Joyner. So something to the outfield, you're going to
Right.
get 2.
That'll be fouled away, 0-1 count. Here's the 0-1 delivery to Kanan Shoop. Swung on, popped up, and
Right
fouled away.
behind us. Behind us. Not far from us.
Nearly got old Mike Korosky back there.
Yeah, Coach K's here.
A lot of school staff here to support the Redbirds today, and former school staff. Great crowd
Yeah,
here.
shout out both sides, especially Vienna, a little shorter drive. They brought
Yeah.
a whole bunch of people. Shoop goes down on the breaking ball, but not before Frankfort plates 2 more. They lead at 16-6, 3 outs away from a sectional semifinal appearance for the Redbirds on Redbirds Live.
Hi, this is West Frankfort Mayor Tim Arview, inviting you to visit and experience our small community nestled in the heart of Southern Illinois. Located just off I-57, West Frankfort offers some of the most unique dining and shopping options in the region, along with a rich history of coal mining and more. Come visit our 2 museums, the Frankfort Community Park, or come downtown for a taste of what we have to offer. The City of West Frankfort, a proud sponsor of Redbird Athletics.
IBI Management manages over 2.5 million square feet of industrial storage warehousing and office space in Illinois, Indiana, Tennessee, Ohio, and South Carolina with 64 tenants. Feel free to contact them for any management needed for your property. Reach out with any questions to Bobby or Iris Kazadi at 618-218-5995 or 618-218-2456. For any of your commercial management, IBI Management is here for you.
Three outs away, Aaron Price.
Yeah, this is a big chance for the Redbirds here. Man, this team has been something to watch here in the last part of the season. I mean, it's been very entertaining. No matter where they go in this postseason, you can look back and say that this was a team that made some history here at FCHS.
It's not been without its trials and errors, that's for sure.
Right, this ball's popped up, and that is going to be caught by Eric Duncan.
Foul ground, puts it away just in front of the Redbird dugout. 2 more needed for Frankfort as Waters is retired. And here's Will Borders.
Big out number 1 there.
Odom has weathered the storm nicely after inheriting that messy 5th inning. Up and in on Borders. Ball 1. Our post game is always brought to you by IVI Management. 2-0 the count. Stick around for that. The Redbirds 2 outs away from a sectional appearance. Ball 3, nowhere close. Landon Stafford would be the next man up.
Just got to be pumping strikes here if you're Ethan Odom.
Yeah, don't overcomplicate it. Three and one the count to Borders. The next from Odom. Inside. Actually might have clipped him. So a hit by pitch. And Landon Stafford will be next. He'll run for the pitcher. And here's Stafford, shows bunt, pulls back, strike one. Popped up, left side, out of play.
Quick 0-2 count now on Landon Stafford. Just one man on for the Vienna Eagles. Redbirds 4 strikes away. Here's the pitch. Down low. Ball 1. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Ethan Odom. Swung on. Popped up.
It's going to be in right around fair territory, and Odom's going to be the one underneath it. As Stafford's put down, and next is Sean Crabb. 2 outs. One more needed for West Frankfort. Crabb, at the moment, the last hope. That's in the 9 spot. If he could get on, it would flip back to the top in Etheridge. Odom to the plate. Strike one. Ethan Odom's next. Fouled off. 1 strike away are the Redbirds. 0-2 on Crabb. Odom out of the stretch. Up high, ball 1. Odom. Just one more good pitch to do it. On the way. Swing and a foul back. Crabb just got a piece. West Frankfort came into this regional as the 10 seed out of 11 teams. They've knocked off the 11. They've knocked off the 1, and now they've knocked off the number 4. Vienna Eagles go down. Your West Frankfort Redbirds are regional champions in 2025. West Frankfort gets the job done. 16-6. A 10-run victory for West Frankfort. They'll march on to play Wednesday against the Pinckneyville Panthers in the sectional semifinal in Du Quoin. Welcome in. Our post game brought to you by IBI Management. (16-6) the final. A great showing for both sides. A valiant effort. For Vienna to make it interesting. But the Redbirds tack on a few insurance runs and get it done. 16-6. See them again Wednesday. We're going to get Coach Smith on here in a moment. As the Redbirds are about to receive their regional championship plaque. And what an up and down seesaw season it has been for Coach Smith and his group. Here they are as they are awarded their championship. Let's go ahead and hop into our final stats. While we got a moment, we're going to get to Coach Smith in a moment as well. Final stats brought to you by the City of West Frankfort. We'll go over them real quick. There's a whole bunch of them. We'll start with Vienna. Offensively, Waters with a run and a walk. Moore with 2 runs and an RBI. Jones, 3 hits, 2 doubles. Runs scored, 3 runs driven in. Hurst with 2 hits and an RBI. Waters with 2 hits and an RBI. Borders with 1 hit. Stafford with a walk and a run. Crabb with a run, a hit, and a walk. Pitching for Vienna, getting the loss, was Moore. He went 2 innings, allowed 4 runs, all earned. Walked 3, struck out 4, and gave up 5 hits. Then it was Jones who went in an inning and 2/3. 8 runs, 2 of those earned. Walked 4, struck out 1, and gave up 4 hits. Then it was Borders who finished it out 3 1/3. 5 innings, or 5 hits rather, in 3 1/3. 4 earned runs, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts for Vienna. For West Frankfort, it was Bennett who led the charge. He had a triple, 3 other hits, 4 RBIs, 2 walks, 4 runs scored. Shoop with a hit, 2 runs scored, and 1 walk. Samples with a double, 2 singles, 4 RBIs, and a run. Patterson with 4 hits, 2 RBIs, and a run. Duncan with a run and 2 walks. Reynolds scored the run, pinch running for Duncan. Scales with a hit and a walk. Odom with 2 runs, 3 walks. Allen with a hit, 2 runs, 2 walks. Joyner with a run, 2 RBIs, and a walk. Pitching was Patterson, 4 1/3, 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 4 walks, 3 Ks. He got the victory. Odom in relief, 2 1/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. 16-6. Frankfort gets it done. We're going to have Coach Smith join us here in a moment as plenty of photos being taken on the field at the moment. All the team posing with their championship plaque, first regional title in a long time for West Frankfort. And hard work paying off for West Frankfort this season, as there were some low points for this team for sure, and they get it done. 16-6. Drew, it's high. Coach Smith. Coming here in a moment. Another quick congratulations to Vienna, the Eagles. Coach Hill, know them guys over there. They do a great job with a great program, and just could not get the bats going until too late. So another good season for them after getting a good victory the other day over Anna Jonesboro. We're going to take a quick break, come back, talk to Coach Smith, and get this thing wrapped up as Frankfort regional champs in 2025.
Kids Corral is a licensed child care center and preschool serving children from 6 weeks to 12 years old in West Frankfort and beyond. Owned by FCHS 1989 alumni Gina King and 1992 alumni Kristen Cass, Kids Corral is located at 218 South Horn Street in West Frankfort. Call them today at 618-937-4700 for more information. Kids Corral, proudly taking care of the next generation of Redbirds since 1998.
All right, we're back. 16-6 the final. West Frankfort gets a regional championship in 2025. Here joined by head coach Tyson Smith. Coach, just get your thoughts overall from today's game.
Well, as much as of adversity we faced all season, um, 3-15 to start the year, first 18 games. That's 99% of teams would just fold, give up, um, and just try to finish the season as quick as you can. These guys did not, for 1 second, ever give me that feeling that they were ready to fold and give in. Yeah, I mean, in regard to the game, up 14-0. Um, got on the bumper, ran out of gas a little bit. Uh, had to go to the pen, and they ended up putting up a couple, but yeah, from the jump, I felt good about today. So
Yeah, and I guess if there's a time when you can give up some runs like that and lose some command. Today was that day. You had that luxury. You're up 14 zip, and man, from the get-go, the bats, the ball's just screaming off the bat today. Chased a couple of guys really quick. Trace Moore's a really good pitcher.
yeah,
He had to come out because you guys were just lighting him up. But man, the top of your order, Jace Bennett, I think reached 6 times today. So I mean, you got a guy setting the table like that. Look out. But 8 of 9, coach, should be 9 in a row. And
yeah.
man, oh man, just talk a little bit about the top of your order and uh, what those guys mean to you. Because Bennett, Shoop, Samples, 1, 2, 3 like that, they've really got it going lately.
And this wasn't one of those, and I don't think anyone would say this yet, but it wasn't one of those fluky performances. Really, it was hitting and offense comes and goes. But I mean, we've been swinging it well for a while. So to have those guys at 1, 2, and 3 to follow up with Patty, Duncan, Will, 4, 5, 6, that's pretty good 1 through 6.
Hey, coach, you get Pinckneyville next. I know you're worried, wanting to celebrate it with this guys, but you get them Wednesday. It's another good team, and man, nice opportunity to have, regardless how that goes. To, like you said after the start, but I guess we can talk a little bit about what went wrong today, and oh my goodness, make light of it. But I'm happy you came out on top, but base running,
Yeah.
you got that's not going to fly. I don't think in the next game.
No,
You got
and
fortunate you got all them runs.
it won't. We'll have 4 or 5 days of practice before then, and that's one of our biggest tools we have is good, smart base running. We run the bases hard, so today is not a good representation of how we run the bag. So uh, it won't happen again. That's one thing we can't always control is our intensity and tenacity on the bases. And today we just got a little lazy. So um, that ain't gonna happen again. We'll make sure that don't happen again.
All right, coach, go enjoy it with your team. Thanks
All
for
right.
joining us.
Yep. Thanks for the coverage.
Got player interview now. It's Chase Patterson joining us. Chase, the winning pitcher today. How'd your stuff feel today? You feel pretty good?
Yeah, I felt pretty good.
Uh, Tell me, what were you thinking there? Were you a little ahead of yourself there at the end? It seemed like you lost your command a little bit, or just a feel for the thing, or for the game. Seemed like you guys had it locked down that you guys were going to close it. Now you guys responded well, but you just lose your release point, or what was that?
Typically with my pitching, it's just like I'll be good for a few innings, and I'll just have one inning where I get a little tired, and then I don't get enough to drink or anything, and I could tell that it shows on the mound. And normally the inning after I have a rough inning, I can typically pick it up, but that was just a representation of like not hydrating well enough and not working enough fastballs pre-inning, and just like uh, maybe opening up a little too early. Just a combination.
Now, all in all, though, great game. I mean, you had him. It's kind of weird, probably pitching with a 14-0 lead, but I mean, you had 4 hits today as well. But how about some of them other guys? Talk about a couple of your teammates. Jay Spinett, he got on 6 times today, 4 hits, walked twice, and you guys ripped the baseball today. That had to feel good.
Yeah, it felt great.
Uh, what do you think about Pinckneyville? You got them coming up on Wednesday. It's a team you've seen. What do you think about them?
Mm, I think that they are good and we shouldn't overlook them, but I also think that with the way we're playing right now, we should win, but at the same time, we shouldn't treat them like it's going to be an easy win. Like we should still play our hardest, but in my opinion, I just have to be confident with my guys and say that I think we got them.
Thanks, Chase, for joining us. Winning pitcher today. Way to go, bud.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
That's Chase Patterson. Thanks for joining us, Chase. And Frankfort gets it done 16-6 over Vienna. Uh, a nice regional championship title. We'll be back Wednesday. Let's get to our player of the game. And I got to go with Jay Spinett today. Triple, 3 singles, um, walked twice, top of the order. He set the table. So that's your Melissa Walden Shelter Insurance player of the game, Jay Spinett. Frankfort's back in action Wednesday at DuQuoin against Pinckneyville at 4:30. We'll be over there for that coverage of the sectional semifinal. Thanks to our production team, Drew Smith and Aaron Price, and also thank you to Aaron for jumping on and calling the game the other night, and then helping today as well. I'm Garrett Smith. We'll see you Wednesday on Redbird.